We are live! Hello and welcome to Chaotic Questers, a Twitch stream dedicated to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so excited to be live with you guys tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Today, I am using my new Pride dice. I know, sorry. How cute is that? Anyway.
I'm using my new dice. Ooh, it's all about me. There's other people here, Tabby.
Well, I thought it would be a nice little thing that if everyone showed what dice they're using today, just to shake things up a bit. But yeah, I suppose I will now hand you over to our paladin of the group, Salison, where he can tell you about all the awesome people that sponsor our stream.
I think I'll just show you my rather large dice one there. Look at those. Look at those.
You've got two.
Not the size, it's how you roll them.
Roll them.
It's true. They could be terrible. We will find out very soon.
They could be out to kill you. You don't know.
This is true,
One.
Yeah, we could, right. We'll get the thank yous out of the way as we are apt to do. So, first off, Simplify, thank you so much once again for making us glow. I'm looking at one of us in particular. For making us green. And you can hear us wonderfully. You know, Simplify, thanks so much for all the kit that has allowed us to be here. We have maps this week. Yes, we do. We didn't manage to screw that up, so we are actually.
We could go totally. Let's just leave. Let's go. Screw the murder.
So we'd like to thank Forgotten Adventures and Dungeon Draft for helping us make those. They are awesome. They do apparently take a little time to get used to, but we are getting there. And last but not least, Sirenscape for this lovely music. I am digging it. Hopefully you will too. If at any point you do think, my God, where did they get those bards? Just let us know and we'll turn it down a little bit. But I'm loving it so far. Right, I will hand you over. Which one am I handing you over to this time? It changes every week. Oh, it's CJ. Okay.
It is me.
Hasn't
Yes.
Do your thing.
It's community time. This is where I talk about you guys. Now, first of all, we got to say a huge thank you again. Like, we've nearly got 300 followers, which is amazing for like a brand new Twitch channel. And because of the amount of subscribers we've had recently as well, we've actually got new slots. We have a new emoticon, which is absolutely amazing. It is a Dig the Pigeon hype icon. How amazing is that? The animated version
His
is
eyes look
on
so
its way.
cute.
Please tell me the eyes are going to like go all over the place when you.
Yeah.
Animate.
And
Let me
also,
that shape.
hopefully,
That's it.
let me just test this as well. We should have an animated rolling D20, so we'll have an animated Dig and an animated D20. And that's because of you guys and all of your support. So hopefully the hype will be there soon. So thank you so much. It was great seeing people. We were in Insomnia last weekend, and I know Tabby's going to want me to mention this, but people were wearing my Lioness t-shirt. Ooh, look at me in my Lioness t-shirt. But no, thank you to everyone who's been buying those t-shirts. I believe they're coming on your shop soon, Tabby. Is that right?
Oh, thank you for the plug. They will be hopefully available from tomorrow. So if you weren't at the event, they'll be available on my store.
But let's be fair, we don't care about the Lioness as a t-shirt. We want Dig. We want
Yeah,
a
we
Dig.
have to get a
We
Dig
want
t-shirt.
Dig.
Let us know
Yeah.
if you guys want a Dig
We need a
t-shirt.
Dig Chaos t-shirt. Flames, explosions, walking out with like a shotgun.
Chaotic
And
Yeah.
I need a t-shirt. I need bedding. I need pajamas.
Cuddly Digers.
I want an
Totally
animated
did.
pillow, like a body pillow of Dig that I can,
I feel that we could do something like a Captain America with hat with wings, with like two really large googly eyes that completely stuck along the way.
I'm just getting like those old-fashioned wall posters where it's Dig. We need you to roll dice. But yeah, that'd be amazing. But that's thanks to you guys. We really do appreciate all the support. We're brand new Dungeons and Dragons channel. There's loads out there, but you guys, and like I said, you idiots, because you are idiots for watching us. We're clueless, we're terrible, but we appreciate every single one of yous coming out here. And people are asking about where can we all meet and chat. I'm hopefully going to get us a Discord set up very soon. It's already pretty much there, but I just want to get the bots and everything set up, so that means we can assign you roles and everything. Roles, because like dice, punnage. Roles and everything like that, so you can get alerts or give us suggestions and feedback. So that is something coming up very, very soon. I think I've spoken enough. I'm getting sick of my voice, so I'm going to pass it on
Really?
to
Only
Annabelle.
just?
Wait, no, sorry, I need to add something to the community. I just want to say thank you to Ben with 2 N's.
Oh,
because
yes.
He has been doing some awesome fan art of our characters already. So if you guys are drawing our characters and bringing them to life, we would love to see them. Be sure to tag Chaotic Questers on our social media so we get to.
That is the bit I forgot. So yes, that reminds me. We need to thank but it is like if you check out Instagram and Twitter, we've been retweeting and stuff. The comics are amazing, and it's all focused on me for the second page. So you know it's good. You know it's
Oh,
good.
Focused
God.
on you, just unconscious. Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
And moving on, before we talk about the unconscious, let's have a recap for those that may have missed last week's episode.
Or for us, because I can't remember.
Yeah, I
That was
can't remember,
Annabelle.
to be fair.
Just
It's okay,
above me.
guys. Am I above you?
I don't
Hi.
know where you are. Just go with it.
Ew, what the? Right. We decided to go shopping.
Big time.
I can't say that.
What?
Barquinton Barborium Laboratorium. I'm sorry, I've murdered.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded like
Tim,
a
how
Harry
should it
Potter
be said?
spell.
How should have it been said?
The Librarium Rorarium, which is the
Where did I get
massive
the two
library.
Bs?
Why would you give us that?
Librarium Rorarium. Yeah.
UMA was the unity of magical arts, nice and easy. However, there were 3 areas: the docksides, the beachways. Hang on, session 14. Is this the right session?
Yeah, that's when you learned it.
Yep.
Last
Oh
week.
shit!
It's because it feels so long ago. It's only been a week, but it feels like longer.
I've done a convention in that time with a distinct lack of sleep. So the docksides, the beachway, the cliffsides, we've got boats, we've got shopping, education, we've got a posh area. Son gets pickpocketed by Parquin Tots. Piety charms him. We make a friend. He is a privateer, respite former pirate. Tanault commander. My notes are atrocious. Apparently, there's a black market somewhere. We want magical items, but he recommends for magical items we go to Tarpin's Tops Emporium. He deals specifically in cursed items to the point. That is the whole Emporium's point. It's 20 minutes away. Shops are wedged between 2 buildings. The lioness tries to put on a show and goes to hit Parquin. Everybody is looking shit. Piety sneaks him away and bites him dead. Parquin is now no more. The lioness realizes that the guards are on their way. Sal tries to talk the lioness to take the lioness into the shop, but the guards manage to catch them before they enter. Son tries to calm the guards down, convincing the lioness to put her weapons down. The lioness has a fan and gets to give her autograph out because she was recognized.
Damn, that dick.
That's T20.
We go in the shop. It smells funky, but looks like a funky disco. A small individual with black hair, grey hat, tufts of grey curly hair, odd-looking halfling, and half-moon spectacles, is running the shop. It's hard to destroy magical items, by the way. And then I've got a really big, long list of our shopping, and I don't think you'll need me to read that out.
No, we don't need that.
We got stuff, y'all.
We
Nah,
spent all
treat
of our
yourself.
money.
We had quite a bit.
What? Sorry,
Money.
Liam has just gifted 5 subs to our channel. Thank
Oh wow! Thank you so much, Liam.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Amazing, thank you.
Well, it's
That's
nice
great.
meeting you at the weekend, by the way, Liam.
you.
How did we meet him? Nice. Back to Nickel Knackle Tackle Shop. In the corner with a big hat over his face. He's dead. He's been dead around about 2-ish days, maybe. Seems to have taken psychic damage. He was called Nedrick Knackle. He's wearing platform boots for a gnome. No signs of a struggle or worship. The place has been ransacked. The correspondence is Dregbrook. Those are words that I can't read. Sees footprints in the dust. Half a dozen people were coming through the teleportation circle. We decided to go to the university. It's a grand building. The grass is green. multifaceted clock with lots of windows, very ornate. There's a white stone bust. It's the Dean Bartus Hoffmere halfling. I decided to go Black Cat O'Hara. There's Professor Henris Drothmere. Oh my goodness, I'm ruining these words. We have a male human well put together in purple rounds. He recognizes the lioness. He can sort something out if we do him a favour. He locks the door, etc. Go to
Nothing
the
like
Cliff Ride,
that.
Honourable Grotto. It's really fancy inside this pub. It's about 5-ish. There's a 12-foot sea troll. He's the barman. He's got seaweed hair. He's called Scrag. A couple to one side, because Piety decides to eavesdrop. They're talking about the influx of pirate families landing, saying that they're snobby and they're stinky. 2 guard people, they're finer equipped. Each section has its own militia. And they mention someone called the Imperinatrix. Imperinatrix? Not
That's
a
one.
dominatrix.
No.
Oh,
They are radical lawmakers, quite imposing, extreme justice. Rings a bell, a vestige of old law about 1500 years ago. Religious peeps being very pushy, very matriarchal. We wait. The wizard appears openly, regularly, and is a regular here as he already has a drink ready. 1 week ago, a faculty member was murdered in the Dandy Sage. Beachway in the Dandy Sage. Ambushed outside in broad daylight, and no one gave a shit. Professor Spine, she taught divination, and the apprentice was a human called Thesis Darkplace. We found them dead, punctured holes in the office the next day. So stay away from Thaddeus Flipstone. He's a grumpy little dwarf. Professor of Conjuration is a word I can't read. The Dandy Sage, which is where we head to next, is playing music by Lana Del Poison Spray. And those are my very, very, very poor notes.
No, amazing. Thank you very much.
there
But
is
last but not least,
one bit. Yes, I was about to say the bit everyone loves.
I'm on it. We have our kill count.
And we
Starting
have a
with
kill
our-
count screen. Wait there.
Wait,
Boom!
what
There's a
is it
screen?
new?
What?
New?
Yeah, we didn't tell you.
Ah, that's it. Oh, look
Oh,
at
didn't they know?
that.
No.
Oh, cool.
Surprise!
You've not got the DM on it.
No, I don't need to be on it.
Ah, why?
This is the
It's
kill
not
count.
meant to
I'm
know
just
that you
the,
kill your
I'm just the
players.
knockout.
He's
Let's
so
be honest,
low
he only
down,
needs
he
one.
hasn't made
He only
it to the
needs two
top
names
4.
Fair.
Let's have a look. 29, Piety. Yep, that's where we're at.
We're having a hype train incoming. What does that mean?
People are
What does
hyped.
that mean?
I
Yeah.
don't know. On train.
So when you spend points and subscribe, I think as well, you get a hype train, and then you can build on it.
Amazing.
That's great. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much, everybody.
learning.
Kill cam.
Use the Digimodes.
Awesome. Well, chat, as much as we love interacting with you, from this point onwards, we probably won't interact with you as much until the break.
True.
So we're not ignoring you. We probably will chat via text, but we probably won't do shout outs while we play. So we're not being
Because we'll
rude.
be in the zone.
I'll just be a cat.
Becoming
Maybe.
a lion. Rawr. Wait, can I ask a D&D question before we start?
Well, it wouldn't
Now's
be-
an amazing time.
What
Yeah.
is D&D?
What's a die?
No, so one of our lovely fans did a model of me on, like the Hero Forge thing, and
Cool.
they did me riding a dire wolf, which I thought was pretty sick. But then I was like, oh, it's a wolf. Like, can you get pet lions?
I mean, technically,
God, no,
yes.
don't do this.
You
Okay,
wouldn't
that's
let
what I
me
mean.
ride anything. Why
Oh,
can you get to ride
oh
something?
my
Anything's
God.
possible.
Anything is right. I so
No.
want a pet lion. I want
No,
a pet lion.
no.
Yes, I do.
Because then we're gonna have to get cuddly lions, and then we're gonna have to get lion emojis.
And then Sal will want a horse.
Such an unreasonable request.
It's not fair because I can't ride a hedgehog.
Well, you
Why
can
not?
if you want.
Can we get giant hedgehogs?
Give you a hedgehog.
Dip into
Magic.
like a couple of levels of wizard. You can get your find familiar, and it could be a hedgehog.
Ah,
I mean, I think.
But
it
anyway,
is.
we're diverging away.
Right, let's focus. Right, I'm taking off the kill count. We are focusing on the game.
Okay. Oh,
So it's around about sort of 8:30 p.m. In Sutton Shore. You're on the cliffside, which is the more posh area. You've just gone from one tavern to another. This is the Dandy Sage, the more hipster of the bars, sort of around the area. It's sort of nestled in amongst some other domiciles, out to one side, but the whole place from the inside, you can hear the music coming out from the doors. You can see the lights spilling out onto the ground and the earth. There's a few drunk people that sort of meander out from the doorways on their way home, sort of singing to one another. There's a large statue in the middle of a robed individual pointing off to the north. There may once have been a plaque there, but is long since weathered away. But there are some benches around. There's also a small water spigot there if you need to take some water before you go in. But other than that, you approach the tavern from the outside. It's made from that same kind of sandy white stone that almost everything else in this area is made from, which are carved from the very cliffs that they're built into. It's got a pitched terracotta roof on top. And quite fine leaded windows. You notice a couple of things. The first thing you notice is one of the windows has been smashed, so you can kind of see all the way in, and that's what's letting a lot of the heat and a lot of the music out. But it's mid-morn time, which is like the spring version in Risenwald, so it's not really too much of a bother. And then also plastered on the exterior of the tavern, there are some posters out there. And I will now share to my players on Roll20, and maybe it'll come up a not visible to players, show to everyone. So now if you go on to Roll20, you'll be able to see a document that I've shared with everybody.
Ooh, fancy.
It may or may not come up on the stream, I don't know.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to work my magic.
Because it goes through Roll20, so you might be able to see it in there. But those are the posters that you
Arcane
see on the
Bible.
exterior.
Sounds good.
Daft Monk.
Yeah.
I get it.
There's also what looks to be like a bouncer on the exterior. Human, male, shaved head, clean shaven as well. Sort of piercing grey eyes, quite squared, set jaw. Looks like his nose has been broken a few times. He's wearing.
He recognizes me.
Oh
I mean,
my
you-
god.
You're going to try that on every single person.
If I
Yeah,
roll
right.
another 20, he doesn't. There seems to be no recognition in his eyes when you approach.
Oh.
Presumably not a very well-travelled man that you'd have to be to know someone, a gladiatorial person, from so far away, because you are several thousand miles away. But there
As he
is a
teleported here.
1 gold piece entry fee for tonight on the Dandy Sage. Yeah, yes, Marty?
Am I still a cat?
You shifted. It was an hour, wasn't it? It lasts for an hour, so you
2
would have transformed
hours.
back. Oh, 2 hours. I still think you would have transformed back by this point because you,
So I could just use another wild shape, stay as a kitty.
if you want to, yes.
Boop.
I'm hoping that
Oh,
animals
God.
input this
Cool.
place.
Do they have
But
vaccine?
he doesn't seem to be worried
Bothered.
about there being a cat. No,
Okay.
it's not that kind of establishment.
So we need to move our tokens up to the door. You know. By the way, I just want to do a quick shout out. Tim's actually said it now, so we have a ghost icon based on someone's suggestions, so we can actually show the map a bit
Thank
better
you for the
now.
suggestion.
And you may notice there is a little tiny. Let me zoom in here. There is a little, and then Blummin moves it. There is a little Dig icon as well.
He
Hey.
got a ditch!
Yeah.
Oh, the ditch in chat.
My boy. My boy.
Hearts for Dig.
Did.
So we can kind of keep track of where Dig
So,
is from time to time
Where
as well.
is Dig? Is it
Can you
Dig
not
on
see
the
him on
cat
the
or is it transferable with the
He's
cat?
That's a
quite
good question.
tiny.
Yeah,
I
when I
don't know.
wild shape, I obviously wild shape everything equipped on me. Does Dig count as being equipped?
No, Dig is alive. Dig wouldn't. It's not. equipment.
Just.
So I'm a cat with a pigeon sat on me.
Yeah, kind of like half.
No,
flopped
there's
over
something
you.
you don't see very often.
Kind of like trying to scramble up onto your back.
I legit help him. Just this black cat with a pigeon sat on my back, just kind of like.
Actually, why don't the 3 of you roll animal handling checks? For me?
Animal handling.
I
So
wanna have
everybody
Dig
but
on
Piety.
me.
Okay. Let me
I get a
find the
+1.
D20.
Let's try my new dice.
18.
Nice.
The
Uh,
very first roll.
15.
That's
1.
Dude, like looking at you like, what?
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not very good at animal handling.
So when party changes shifts into a cat, obviously it's very difficult for Dig. It would be very difficult for a bird in general, but certainly someone of Dig's capabilities to stay atop a cat. But he's familiar with you's friends enough that he kind of transfers himself onto the lioness.
Aww. Even though he tried to kill me the other day.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you.
No,
That's
after he-
precisely why
You're
he
right.
likes you. He's like,
Yeah.
I recognize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as we
okay.
had our little chat in the last session as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
So he just nestles into your.
let's just pretend he's a pigeon.
Hair.
Like,
Yeah.
I may have lost the ghost token already. Oh, there it is.
oh,
It's
No, I
too
just couldn't
ghostly.
spot it.
So
Yeah.
goes like
Disappeared.
hiding.
There we go.
he's had a bit too much beers, our Dig.
No,
he's taking
That's
after
his normal
me.
state.
True.
That's very true.
Right.
So yeah, there's only 3 of you approaching the individuals on the outside of the exterior of the pub.
And this is
Uh,
where they would normally be spotted drinking. Is that the?
So apparently this is the tavern that Professor Spine was killed outside of 2 days ago during the day. You've been sent here by Professor Henry Strottmeyer and the head of illusion from the UMA, the University of Magical Arts here in Sutton Shore, to try and investigate what's happening. The reason you're doing it is because he's intimated that he'll be able to give you access to someone that can teleport you
Which we definitely need.
as potentially
we're
payment.
miles away from where we should be.
Several
A few thousand miles is out.
I'm
Yeah.
just glad that Piety didn't go in the teleport on her own.
Yeah, that would
She
suck.
definitely thought
That really would have sucked.
I
The
was
dice roll good.
restrained.
Yeah, I'm glad you joined her.
I was
And
so
stole her
restrained. I licked
mushrooms.
a mushroom instead.
So I'll just pop down an individual for you to see.
Okay,
See,
so
she's standing there on the outside.
we need to pay
What
out
do I do,
one
mate?
gold piece.
It's
Uh,
one gold piece per person.
Okay, we need to pay a gold piece.
We have a problem. Where is
No,
the
you
bag
must
of
have-
holding? Does the cat have the bag of holding hanging on it?
Right.
No, not hanging on it. It gets absorbed into.
Let's assume that we all had some money. I'm sure I had money on my own.
I've got
It-
money.
It'll be on your character sheet if you have money.
I can pay it.
We all did.
for
I'm sure we
us.
did.
Yes.
I'm aware that some of you, specifically, I think it was Son, that may have donated his money to Piety's. I don't know if he donated all of it. or
No,
kept a bit
I
of
kept some pocket
walking
money.
around money.
I've got
Okay.
44 gold, so if people need
Okay.
it.
You've got
I've
your
got
allowance.
265.
Yeah, she kept lots of money before she became a.
I
thief.
started off as a hoarder, didn't I? It's fine.
True.
Yeah,
So
Oh yeah.
So if
we'll
you all
pay
want
out
to mark off 1 gold piece,
Right, as
There
you
we
can
go.
pay for piety, will you pay for the cat?
the
You don't
cat
need to pay for the
doesn't
cat.
need to pay for
Oh.
the cat.
Okay then.
No.
It's a
cat's
bit-
getting free.
It's a bit easy. way of
And
doing it.
the pigeons getting for free?
Yes, pigeons also will get into free.
Sweet. Just wanted to check. You know, I don't like discriminate.
Do you know what?
That's
I'm
actually
going to give him 5 gold pieces.
You,
Okay. He
Mega-
just
Mega,
kind of
Mega
mega
shrugs,
butts, yeah.
pockets 2 of the gold pieces, and then opens the door for you to let you in.
And I give him like a cheeky wink at the same time. Oh no, not a wink, like oh hey.
Yeah, that's it.
You just thought,
As I walk in, I want to go at the bouncer. Huh, I suppose you know who she is, don't you? And then just walk off inside in a huff.
Okay, then
I need to check.
Tabitha, if you can roll for the lioness.
Oh my
a
God.
A persuasion check
Oh.
with advantage.
Oh, I've got a +3 to my persuasions. So first one is a 9
Mhm.
+3, and then my second one is a 3 +3.
Wow.
You've got a
And then
12.
12.
So yeah, he opens the door like for you, and then obviously everybody else can kind of come in afterwards.
All right, she goes in first. Okay, but we'll get in first then.
Amazing.
And then wishes you all a good night. Have a good evening.
Thank you, kind sir.
We'll do. Better do. We just spent 5 gold pieces getting in here.
Yeah, which is like £100
Yeah,
in today's money.
that's
This better be a damn good club.
It'll
From
be
what you've
worth
heard.
it if it gets us to the teleportating person, whoever that is.
Yeah, so now you're inside. You can kind of hear so the murmurings from the inside. You feel like a wall of heat as you enter here as well. Despite there being a broken window, it still retains a lot of its warmth, especially on this warm Spring's Eve or this warm Morntide Eve. And you can hear a lot of people. You see like serving people going in and out of doors. You can smell the smell of both cooked food and of drink, and you can hear the sound of a band setting up as well. It sounded like that was probably the oh my god, what do they call bands that come on before the main band? Support band.
The
Support
warm-up
act.
band.
There we go. Completely lost out of
Start
my mind.
act? Is it start an act? No.
Yeah, it's a support act.
That's it.
So they've kind of like filtered off, and you can hear someone else setting up for the main stage. Yeah, and there's just people bustling in and out, like serving food, like people with trays of things. About at least 3 or 4 wait staff that are going in and out of like different races and colors and creeds, going in and out. There is a like eating establishment off to your left hand side. And then there's the main bar area to the north. But I'll leave it to you. Over to you.
Are there drums on the stage?
You haven't got that yet.
What?
So if you want to move your
Okay.
token to
Oh,
like,
sorry,
peek around the
yeah.
corner, you absolutely can.
Are there drums?
Yeah.
Here come the drums, here come the drums. Baby,
Indeed.
baby.
Can
So
we
look around the
actually
corner, you
play
can indeed.
musical instruments?
Sorry,
Can we play musical instruments?
I can.
some of you can. Yeah.
Legit, I have to check now. I can as well. Amazing.
Oh, really?
As a cat?
Yeah.
Because that, I think people
Now,
will play.
I've
Oh,
just got
that-
this image of a cat with the bongos. You know that cat meme that goes about where he's playing the little
Of course.
With
thing?
a little butt wiggle.
Yeah, as you look around the stage, you can see there's 2 chandeliers. There's a few chandeliers around here, but there specifically there's 2 that light the raised stage. It's about 3 or 4 feet off of the ground. There's a couple of like rugs and so forth, and there's a piano into one corner. There's a lute off like propped up to one corner, and there are 5 individuals on stage looking like they're going to be setting up. There is what looks to be a female elf. Presumably the lead singer of
Are
the
we in
band.
the right room?
You have to go further north if you want to look at the so over here.
Oh, okay.
In the main room.
I see he's just having a grand old time wandering around all over the place.
Just being cat,
Just being cat.
being a cat.
Just
Yeah,
gonna
so
go
now
sit
you're
on
in
the
the
bar.
main room. You can see the bar up to the north. You can just legit leap onto the bar. Okay, let's have a look. The somewhat grumpy-looking dragonborn, copper-skinned dragonborn, sees the cat jump onto the table and just tries to shoo you off, party.
What?
I'm going to
Cat.
rub myself into the hand
Guys,
as if I'm getting scritchy.
where's Son gone?
I'm just chilling in
good
the first
question.
room
Why are you in
Cool.
there still?
because I
Wait,
am.
sorry. What person? What sort of person shoots the cat?
A copper-skinned dragonborn bartender.
Right, so
Oh, okay. It's the bartender. Okay, I've been.
we should all go up to the bar a bit. And now we can all do this this quiet way, where we just get a drink, we sit down, we listen to people, we all go around and we ask quietly if anything saw anyone get murdered 2 nights ago, or we can just get up on stage and shout about it.
Oh, well, Lioness is probably going to want to cause a bit of havoc, whereas I think we
No.
should...
We
What?
should do this quietly.
Whoa, wait. At this point,
that's-
I'm
that's
going to
it.
look really confused. The Sal,
I think
like,
I
is she
you know
being
what?
possessed?
No, I
No,
think
I
it
think we
means
should
that she
get
just
a
wants to
drink.
spend a little bit more time getting a drink.
Let's just get a drink.
See?
Oh. There.
Let's
Okay.
get a drink.
That-
Make some
We're
friends.
fine. She's
There
not
was an ulterior
possessed.
motive.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's start off with the barkeep.
Barkeep, what's your best drink?
I assume you're new here, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of sighs a little bit. Seems a little bit over. newcomers to the bar, turns around, grabs a parchment from underneath one of the shelves, and then slides over to you all. So I'd like you to look at the next thing I'm going to unlock for you.
Oh,
Ooh, we
So I'm going
got
to
the
show
one
to
left.
players. And slides a menu over to you.
menu.
Oh, a menu. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
Someone's
With a
been a busy
menu.
DM this week.
Sweet. To eat.
Load.
This is so pretty.
Let me try and get this nice and big for everybody in the...
This is too civilized for
Hang on.
me.
While we're reading this, can I do a mind link with Piety, just in case
Yeah.
Kat wants to talk?
Sure. Yeah, done. No worries.
Sweet.
Meow.
Why do you keep meowing telepathically? You can
Great
talk
room.
normally.
In a replica mini copper bathtub. People pay for that.
Apparently.
Wait, what?
You look around, and there's just like various concoctions like sitting on tables all over the place.
I can't get mine to go bigger for some reason.
Someone's drinking from a hat.
Oh.
Another person's
What
just
sort
like
of place is this?
Sandy Sage Tavern, apparently.
Dandy Sage.
I'm not
Also, the
hungry.
prices
Oh my
are.
goodness, there is avocado.
Or astronomical.
Oh no.
Blood orange glazed silver Brookmanor Pinot Gris. Oh, that sounds too fancy, but it is the most expensive thing on the menu. Oh wait, no, the 7. No.
Yeah,
pink
the
grapefruit
Island Over
gin.
Pink Grapefruit Gin in a replica miniature
Yeah.
copper bathtub. It would be the most expensive.
Who's going to get the copper bathtub?
I feel like I just have to.
Yeah. You go for the
So
copper
to
bathtub.
run down for those that can't see the stream, I assume everybody can. But, yeah, the drinks are the Island Over Pink Grapefruit Gin in a replica miniature copper bathtub. There's a locally distilled Sutton Shore Amber Mead in 3 vials. There's blood orange glazed Silverbrook Manor Pinot Grigio in a hat. There's 2 pints of real ale, Alder Red, in a 1-pint mug using a half-pint measure. So you're getting a half pint. And boiling hot Thanakas Dwarven vodka served into your own hands.
My own hands. That sounds pretty hardcore. But
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I'm
it's
going-
literally boiling hot alcohol served into your own hands.
I feel like I want to do it.
Well,
But I
I'm
also
not
want
sure.
the
I mean, I
vodka.
fancied the Pinot Grigio in a hat.
The blood orange glazed Silverbrook Manor Pinot Grigio in a hat.
Yeah. I think I want to go with the vials.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
go for locally distilled Sutton Shore Amber Mead in 3 vials?
After much contemplation and much thought, I'll just have a water, thanks.
I think there is. Oh,
Awards.
there is. So you want the reduction of tea aqua injected in H2 imprisoned in an ice cube then? That'll be 3 silver pieces.
Cheers.
And they go around. There's what looks to be like a steel or iron tub that's got a lid on it. They open it up.
Oh,
and
look,
there's,
son,
there's
they
some
do
mist that comes out of it,
They
or some
do got
condensed
see
air.
sourdough.
Pick up a couple of tweezers that have got little like dragon claw ends to it. Picks out a single ice cube and puts it in a glass, and then slides it over to you for 3 silver pieces.
Do you have
Seriously.
anything less solid?
Wait long enough, and it will turn solid.
How about you mix it with
Liquid.
scorching alcohol?
I look around. Has anyone got like sore hands? Has anyone had?
Oh
the
yeah,
boiling-
there's someone that's like got red raw hands, and just like resting them like a face up on the table, and looks quite miserable.
Oh, okay. That tells me everything I need to know. I will have a gin, please.
Okay, so got 1 gin, got 1 water. Are you gonna go for the vials?
The vials. I'm trying the
yeah.
vials.
I'm going to call it a
Okay.
pre-water.
Okay. Yeah, it's your water entree.
Well, you can call it.
Go
whatever
on,
you like.
Son. You can pay for this one.
I
So total
can't.
that'll be 3,
Why can't you?
8.
I only have gold.
And you go for the gin, so 8. So 1 gold and
get change.
5 silver pieces.
I just have to pay 2 gold because I don't have any silver.
Okay.
I
And
think
you
I
can
feel
add
this is the
5
type
silver
of
pieces.
place-
Yeah, so you remove 2 gold and 5 silver. Job done. And after about 5 minutes of working on it, you get your drinks. So there's obviously the ice cube in a glass that comes over to our friend's son. Then there's the 3 vials that get put into one of those little wooden like vial stands you
Did
got
we
in
order
your
anything for
chemistry
our
in high
cat?
school. No, you haven't ordered anything for your cat.
I've legit just been like brushing myself against this Dragonborn's legs.
Yeah, and they've tried to like push you aside as you're doing it, but a lot of their attention has been focused on this. What could be better described as alchemy that they have to go through to create these concoctions for you all. And you also, so you went for the gin. So there is a small replica miniature claw tub, copper bathtub that's got this pink gin with a whole bunch of different types of fruit, like grapefruit and like dragon fruit and stuff that's sort of pushed over to you. There's even some like peppercorn seeds in there as well, and a straw and a little umbrella.
I want to make this cocktail.
I mean,
I'm looking forward to
Didn't say
having
it's
my
cocktail
drink in
night.
like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I'm disappointed that nobody wanted to go for carbonated kale juice and a hint of flea served in a shoe. But there we go.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
I mean, I get
I'll,
the cat.
I'll consider coming back for that.
Okay, cool. Hey, did you want a double mocha frappuccino served in hollowed out avocado?
Yes.
And if you want food, there's food available as well.
Yeah,
I feel
I'll-
that we may have already eaten.
I'll use my mind link to talk to Piety and go, is there anything you want, or are you just quite happy wandering?
oh, she's wandering.
Okay, cool.
So there are
As
some
you say
tables-
that, you'll see the black cat just starting to like fuck off.
So
They
it loops
always
down from
leave
the
me.
counter and goes around. Yeah, there are several people all sitting around of all different.
Well,
like,
the other way
types
we
and
could play it,
breeds.
if no one else is listening, if we can just put our heads together here, is that we could make a disturbance and ask all of these awkward questions, and Piety can see if anyone sneaks out the back or looks a bit squirrely.
Why don't we move to the table over here, just so that way no one can hear us and we can talk privately, so the barkeep's not listening.
I'm assuming he wasn't listening because I wouldn't have said it.
I don't want to take
Okay.
any risks. Bar people can be very dodgy.
So
But they could also
if
have
we
all the
start
answers.
loudly asking around, while Piety surreptitiously just sees if anyone's taking too much notice of what we're asking or tries to run off, or I think that might be a better approach.
What questions do we want to ask?
Well, really, we just start talking loudly about what happened 2 nights ago, that murder.
Oh my god! Was it here?
Yeah, it was here. Oh, you're doing a character.
Sorry.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to tell when Tabby is confused or playing the character. It's...
It's so convincing. I had no idea.
So convincing.
Yeah, so you talk out loudly regarding the incident that happens. And there are serving people. There are people going up. It looks like the place is getting a little bit more crowded now that they know it's kind of nearly 9 p.m. and the main show is coming on. Why don't you all roll a insight check for me, please? Everybody apart from Piety. He's still a bit way away from the table. right now.
that is a dirty 20.
Woo!
Good for you.
Oh, I got a 20 natural plus.
Well, I'm going to try this new dice again
one.
and see if I can get better than 1.
21.
So 20 and a 21, that's good. It's really good.
Wow, I got a 9.
Yeah.
I might try a
That's okay.
different die.
Middle of the road. It just needs to be warmed up.
Yeah.
Going in cold with the new dice.
Yeah.
So with the 20 and the 21. You do see one of the serving people. She's female. She's got like sort of very tan skin, dark hair, sort of pulled up into 2 bunches on the top. That when you are loudly talking about the incident, you can see her looking over to you as she's going back and forth with like food and drinks. Like she's taken some kind of particular interest to the things that you are saying.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the band starts up on the stage.
Is there anyone sat down in the band?
No, everybody's standing. Apparently, and all kind of goes quiet as the main lead singer steps up and they start playing. I would do something more Lana Del Rey-ish, but unfortunately that's
That's as good as it gets. Okay.
against TOS.
And
So,
now a
imagine it's
20-minute
more-
performance by our DM, Tim.
Oh no, you trust me, you don't want to hear me sing. You know, we had nearly 300 subscribers. Well, yeah, we'll get down to 0. But yes, the lead singer is a female. Looks to be an Eldadorius elf, which is this world's equivalent of high elves. They're the lead singer of, and they introduce themselves as Lana Summersoul as part of Lana Del Poison Spray. They thank everybody for sort of arriving, and they introduce the band. There's a female stout halfling viol player named Tummers Downbrook, who's playing the viol. Introduce a male hill dwarf, Dick Drystone, bottle player for the band. On the washboard, there's Skirk, which is a female Aarakocra, which is a big bird person. And then finally on the Swam, there is Darkened Window, which is a male tabaxi. And then they get into their songs for the evening. It kind of takes away. You see, there's a lot of fans that are sitting in the sort of the front rows. Presumably, they've heard of them. More and more people kind of file in as well, so standing around the stage. There's also a small black cat that seems to be going across the stage as well during the
No,
performance.
no, just gonna go sit in front of the tabaxi, just like.
Okay, so you sit in front of like Darkened Window, who's playing the Swan, which is like this wooden trumpet almost looking thing, but like it's somewhere between a trumpet and a recorder that they're playing. There's washboard bottles, viol. Very good music. Like,
Can I
definitely
call
worth
the
the one
waiter
copy.
over?
The one that seemed to.
Yeah. Waiter!
Yeah, absolutely. So they come over to your table, and here they are.
Could you get me another gin, please?
Absolutely. If you have to pay 7 silver.
7 silver?
Mhm.
I give her a gold. I'll be like, keep the change.
Okay.
Before you
Just like-
go, can I have
Yeah.
a little something off the menu?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what
Are you in the right bar?
our chef. Maybe I'll
Um,
rustle up from.
No,
It's
no.
rather beleaguered at the moment. There's a lot of people in tonight.
Can I slide her like 1 gold piece and just say, I'm actually after a bit of information?
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Come
I
on.
give him advantage.
Okay.
That
Roll with advantage.
is a 13 plus 6. That's 19.
Roll
Is that with
again.
advantage?
Okay, let's do advantage. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's go with the first one.
There's a 19.
Of a 19.
Oh, good.
She takes the 1 gold from the lioness, 1
Oh,
gold
let
from
me
Sun,
minus it.
pockets that into her apron, and she leans down to Sun and just says, meet me out the back in 15 minutes.
Cool, thanks.
And he doesn't hear that very often. Well, he does while
And
he's
then-
painting.
She
You
scoots off.
don't know if Son's a player or not. He's not.
I've known him a lot enough.
Scoots off and orders your drink from the copper dragonborn behind the bar that looks to be just sighs heavily and goes back to the sort of the alchemy equipment that they have strewn across the back portion of this tavern.
Right, so Son, do you,
There's a whole
do you
bunch
wanna
of,
do
like,
that
copper
on your
pipes.
own? Do you want us to go on see if we can find out any more?
Or why don't I go by myself? Because we don't want to spook her.
Yeah.
Right, just be
And
careful.
you guys keep
Oh, no,
an
you're
eye.
linked to piety,
Yeah,
aren't you?
Patty, take. Yeah,
No, you won't be because you need to see.
Why
piety.
doesn't
you need to
why
have
don't we
eyesight.
get Piety to come with me?
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Piety doesn't know this yet, so I'm just gonna mind link
Yeah.
with Piety and just give an update of what's happening just quickly. Just keep story moving along.
You know
So-
that moment when a cat sees something in a room, you're just like, what the fuck have you seen?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that meanwhile, while we're here, that we should avail ourselves on the. We should try every type of alcohol going.
No.
But
But does
It's
it
always
look?
better when he drinks.
Yeah. How busy is it?
It's more busy than what it looks like on the map.
So if I got my wine out, would anyone see me?
That would be a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
She's gonna
I
get us
don't
kicked
know.
out.
Why
I
would
mean,
you have
well-
wine it?
Well,
Number
are you
one-
gonna pay for the alcohol?
number one,
Sorry.
to get your wine out, you've got a full barrel
Oh, yeah.
on your
Yeah.
back.
And
So it
Oh,
is
actually,
going to be.
has my
And-
drink arrived? Because I did order
Yeah.
a drink.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
no,
got a
that's
second
fine.
bathtub gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just...
You get a little bit of a buzz on.
and mind yous, we're not here to get drunk. We're on a job. We're trying to
Go
get
outside.
somewhere.
Go outside. So, have some of this! And I
Oh.
slide it over to him.
At this point, I'm just gonna go.
Well,
I tried.
This
I'll
is
walk
the
off.
gin.
No, this is part of the plan.
Other
So
plan.
whereabouts is round the back? Is it north? To the side of the
So
bar?
what you'd have to do when she moves past you and sort of gives you a side eye and let you know she's going on her break, she kind of goes towards the kitchen area and just like gives the eyes to the kitchen area, and then as you come towards the kitchen, she's like shakes her head and then nods towards the front door
Not the kitchen.
and then
you silly
disappears
man.
into the kitchen.
Okay. Looks like I'm going outside. With my cat.
You do that.
I say that in your head.
I'm assuming
So-
that I'm going up towards the kitchen round the back.
No.
You could assume that.
So, Linus, are we gonna ask a few more loud questions?
We could do some of that if that's what you want to do. We could try and make some friends. We can go up to another table.
Yeah. I mean,
So the table next to us, whose looks like it's sitting there.
So that's weight stuff. So I'll just move them kind of over here. Next to you looks to be, from what you can understand, and what you can vaguely overhear, there are two individuals. One of them looks to be like a merchant, like they're wearing finery, some silks, some pretty good like quality clothes. Their shoes look good condition, and they're seeing someone of like a maybe sort of like medium wealth individual. And they seem to be talking to one another. Less interested in the music and more interested in maybe the cover of music, whilst they work out some kind of like trade deal that seems to be going on.
I think the first thing we need to find out is whether they were actually, if anyone looks like, well, we need to find out if anyone was actually here 2 nights ago. And then that'll be our first question. And then it's, go from there.
I keep like doing that whole looking at them, looking away, looking
Yeah.
at them, looking away. Do they recognize me?
Oh god. First of all, I'll see if they. I'll see if they.
We thought
recognise
CJ was
you.
going to be sick of it.
Oh,
So the
this is-
merchant, the trader seems to notice you looking at them. The other one's got their back to you, so doesn't see you like looking over. Let's see if they recognise you. No.
Okay.
The individual doesn't seem to have any kind of recognition in his eyes,
Okay.
but he does mistake that like you looking over to him as like he kind of beckons you over and just like, gestures
Okay.
to the seat. Hello, young madam. Would you like
Hi.
to come and sit down, join us for a drink?
Oh
You and your-
please, I would absolutely love to.
Everyone, yeah. The other individual seems to be looks quite crestfallen that he is invited someone else to the table. Like maybe they were trying to get working on some kind of deal, and now he's opened it up to more sort of a social gathering. But he kind of kicks the stool out for you both, Salas and the Lioness. Sit you down.
Hey, so do you come here often? That line sounds so cheesy.
I must admit, I don't come here very often. No, it's only because there's Baron Gregarious Montague's party happening for the third week of the end of Mid-Morntine Spring Festival.
They have a lot of festivals around here.
So, one for trade deals, like maybe once or twice a year.
Oh. Seems
So
like this is a
it's
place
quite-
that might have
quite-
lots of festivals.
There are lots of festivals. Specifically for me, no. I only come down like a couple of times a year.
Oh. So have
What
you
are you
been?
drinking? What's he drinking?
You see he has a hat in front of him with like just some an increasing amount of just moisture like evaporating from like beneath it onto the table as the wine just kind of seeps through the fabric of the hat.
Would you like another?
I wouldn't say no. It's quite pricey in here, so yeah, I'm not going to say no to a drink. Absolutely, thank you very much.
What's the other guy drinking?
This other person seems to just have an avocado in front of them.
It's one of
With some
those.
liquid in it. It's on a frothy brown liquid.
What? An avocado and a hat.
Okay. So that will be. Do you want another bathtub, Jim?
Go on, another.
3 more vials for me.
What?
3 more
3 more
vials.
vials.
No,
I'm
you're having a
so
bathtub.
glad my
Right,
character
I get-
can't hear any of this.
Okay.
I get Sour a bathtub.
Not
So that's
the
1.8 plus a hat. That's 2 gold, 4 silver.
Also, I will take that off now.
So just so we're all aware, that is close to a £50 round of drinks
Woo!
for the 4 of
Woo!
you.
Like this, baby, yeah! Right, so 2 gold, 4 silver, yeah?
Yeah, this is London prices.
Oh yeah.
It's not EP, it's SP, isn't it? Yeah.
SP, yeah. EP is Electrum, which is like half of the gold.
There we go. 4.
You can spend an EP if you want to get rid of
No,
it.
I don't have EP. I've only got
Oh,
gold
okay,
and
fair
silver. Cool.
No worries. Yeah, so he invites you over. So Salison, you're sitting next to the other individual.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, you ply them with alcohol. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile.
Outside.
Meow.
Yeah.
Sun and Piety, you're going over towards the kitchen area, and as you turn the corner, you see the wait staff, the member of wait staff that kind of told you to go and meet them at the back. She is currently rolling a cigarette underneath the torchlight, sort of just south of the well that they get their water from. She kind of licks the paper, rolls it up, and then puts it behind her ear, and then leans against the wall. So, what do you want to know?
Well, hi, I'm Son. This is my cat Piety. Very, very friendly.
Are we mind linked?
Yes.
Oh my god, giving out his real name. Well done. Good start. GG.
Yeah.
My name is Felice.
Hi. Yeah, were you here the other night when the murder happened at all? I noticed you work here, so I'm guessing you may have been.
Oh, yeah, 2 days ago during the day. Yes, I was on shift.
Can you tell me what happened? Who was involved at all? Or
Sure. Roll a persuasion check.
Can I like rub against her legs to make her more likely to talk and give advantage on that persuasion?
I think you need to be human to be able to give conversational. Actually, I'll see like how. I'll give a whole animal
I'm
handling
way
check
more chatty
to-
if there's a dog in front
Yeah.
or a cat in front of me. I'm just like, oh my god, cat, ask me anything.
She doesn't seem to be. She seems to be neutral
Not a cat person.
towards cats and dogs at the moment.
I'm
Like she does reach down, scritch your ear, but then just goes kind of forgets about you and then immediately goes back to the conversation.
I'm gonna use an animated GIF in the chat to show what I got.
I'm natural 20. Mate.
It was a natural 20
Either that or
plus.
you got a dig.
Look at me trying to
Plus
bust my ass, give you advantage. You don't
6.
even need it.
Yeah, 26.
6 to 26.
26. Okay.
That's
yeah.
incredible.
I'm using the smolder. Hear that?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Using blue steel.
Yeah.
Wait there. I've got to do it properly.
Love it. That's a gift. So what she tells
The
you
Bruce
is
Steel
about
persuasion check. Yeah.
she says, so Professor Spine, we know her from the UMA. Like, the professors are relatively well known in Sutton Shore in general. She doesn't frequent the Dandy Sage very often. She's been in here maybe a handful of times, but we know her by reputation and because of the professor robes that she's wearing, so we knew it was her. She sat down in one of the corner tables off to one side, near the window at the front, and she was speaking to a red-skinned grung at the time. You know grungs to be like small frog people. They frequent more towards the marshlands, a little bit further into the mainlands, so around the Lurking Wood area. Yeah, she was meeting with the Recon. Obviously, we were serving during the time. They seemed to be engaged in what seems to be a rather intense discussion. They weren't fighting or anything, but they seemed to be quite serious. One thing, they didn't leave a tip. but she did seem very concerned. She was looking around the room quite a lot, like into the corners of the room. When any, including myself, entered the front area of the space of this tavern, always looking up at the doorway, if anybody moving past, like she was expecting trouble. And when the attack happened, the first thing that happened, we heard a shatter from the front of the room, front of the tavern. We rushed to the interior, and we saw that there were several arrows had perforated the main leaded glass window at the front, shattering it, destroying some of the table. By the time we got in here and knew what happened, the professor had already left the tavern and gone outside and engaged with the individuals. We didn't see what happened to the red grung that they were talking to. They were gone by the time we got in there. But we got all of the rest of the tavern dwellers out the back door, through the kitchen and out the back, to get them to safety. By the time any of us got to the front of the tavern, it was all over. She was dead, and the assailants were gone.
Do you know of anyone that actually saw what happened at the front? Maybe the bouncer? Was he not there or anything like that?
He only works when there's live music. We don't have a bouncer usually. But we do... Yeah, there was an individual actually. When we came back in, I didn't come back in, but my colleague who is working tonight, Dormant, he said that when he came back in to see what was going on in the front, there still was one customer sitting in the round table at the front of the room. He was reading and sipping on his drink like nothing had happened, which is rather odd.
Do you know what he looked like at all? Like what he was wearing? Have you seen him since?
He had like a worn but not cheap, just well used cowl and cloak on, with the cowl pulled down, so we couldn't really see his features. He was maybe human, maybe half elf, and we're not quite sure. I hadn't seen him before, and by the time all the commotion was over, he was gone.
Does anyone actually see him at all or her at all?
We haven't seen them since, and they kept themselves, just ordering from the wait staff. Didn't even go to the bar. Kept the cowl down the entire time.
At this point, I want to kind of mind with Piety and just kind of go, is there anything you want to ask or find out? Because I don't think there's anything more we can get from her.
Honestly, I really want to go in the well, but I think that's a bad idea.
I will ask. Could you show me the window where the arrows were shot through at all?
Sure. She will lead you to the front of the tavern.
Oh, farewell.
Maybe another thing.
We'll come back. We'll come back and visit
Well.
the well.
She nods to the bouncer on the front of the door, and she leads you around the side, and is over here to where you can see that there is the window. There's a little bit of glass you can see on the bottom still, and there's no window. There's no glass in the window frame anymore. When you look inside, there is what looks to be like a broken table with an old like tarp or cloth draped over it. Here it is.
Is that table the one that obviously there was problems, or
This is where they were sitting when they were attacked. During the commotion, it got destroyed by something. We don't know what. The local constabulary has asked us to not move anything, so we've just put an old cloth over the top to keep it preserved. It's a little bit of an eyesore, but the clientele don't seem to have mind. But hopefully we can get it cleared up soon.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna hand her another gold piece, and just say if anything else comes to mind, or if you spot anything while we're in here, you will write. Just kind of give me a little nod to say that you have some information, because I don't want you getting in trouble.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Right, I'll get back off my break now and go back to work.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you inside.
And she goes.
At this point, can I investigate the area, see if there's any clues or anything like that? With it being broken glass, maybe there's something that I can pick up on.
Yeah. So both of you, if you want to party, if you're there, you can both roll investigation checks.
Okay. That's a 14 plus 2 is 16.
I got 12 plus 3 equals
15.
15.
Cool. Cool. Right. So yes, with a DC 12, the exterior of the tavern has arrow marks and evidence of scorch marks on the floor. So over here by the window, you can see there are like multiple arrow marks, like both in the stone and parts of the window frame. So multiple arrows have been shot in here. Like both of you have used versions of ranged weapons, so you're quite familiar with bolts, arrows, etc. This one seemed to be more of the crossbow variety. And then, like further to the south, over here, where it's all paved, you can see scorch marks on the floor. So some fire has occurred, either magical or non-magical fire. You're not sure, but it seems fresh, still sit on the floor. It's been worn a little bit.
I lick it.
It tastes very sooty.
Ashy.
I will make that note.
Cool. Tastes
Hi,
carbony.
why? Why do you have to lick everything?
To make sure.
Don't give me that cat face. It's not going to work on me. Okay, maybe it is starting to work on me just a little bit. Okay, fine, let's go in.
I'm gonna do that thing as a cat where I like just stand up and stretch my paws and be like, carry me.
Right, at this point, I'll kind of pick up Piety and just plonk her on my shoulder as usual.
Cool.
Let's
We
go
back inside.
see the others, yeah.
Yeah, so you go back inside. The individuals that have introduced themselves to the Lioness and Salison is Vicar Veliquin, is the trader.
Yeah.
So Vicar Veliquin. And there is Piers Hewlett.
Are you writing that down, Sal?
Me? No.
Okay.
So it's Vicar Veliquin, the trader, and then the other person that he's having a conversation with doesn't seem to be interested in talking to either of you at all, regardless of how much you try and engage them. Is
Or buy
named
them a drink.
Piers Hewlett. Yeah, even so, they just seem to be like not making eye contact with you, not engaging you at all in conversation, just nursing their awkward to hollowed out avocados with coffee in it, trying to figure out how to drink without spilling on themselves.
So, what were you discussing before we so rudely interrupted?
Oh, well, yeah, as I said, yes, there is Baron Gregorius Montecru is hosting a charity event for the refugees, the Lurking Wood, in about 3 days' time. It's sort of coinciding with what is usually his the kind of the pre-summer solstice party. So we're looking forward to that. So for me, just FYI, I'm sure. Oh, right, okay. Nick dropped out, which means I couldn't hear Talitha saying anything.
Oh, sorry.
That was just for me, though.
I just said, is it an open invitation or invite only?
Oh no! You have to be of, certain. Well, you have to be invited, basically.
I just feeded some food.
Okay. What food? Like just crumbs on
The
table or
food
something?
that Piety gave me last.
Oh, okay,
like,
cool.
Yeah, something like
Yeah. So after a
Excuse
couple of
me,
fries,
can I have 3 more vials over here, please?
Yeah. It's another 6 silver pieces.
Yeah.
And roll a Constitution check before me.
Ah,
Let me just,
Your DC is 8.
Let me just remove the gold.
so
please.
easy. So easy.
Oh, it's just silver pieces.
Oh, sorry.
That would be a very expensive drink. If it was 6.
It would be. At this point, he's not really paying much attention.
Flash in the cash, but everyone seems to be like relatively well off to drink in a place like this.
Ah.
So no one's paying attention to like you sort of throwing some gold around.
Well, it's at that time of establishment, apparently.
Yeah.
So were you in here a couple of days ago?
Oh, me? No, I've only just recently arrived. I'm staying here though.
How about you? And I look at the other dude.
I'm just gonna pay him the gold. Just there you go.
Okay, sure. And again, they'll pocket the
Yeah,
money.
we'll just go.
Right,
Right, sorry,
about 3 or 4
constitution
minutes goes by. Yeah, you do a
You're
DC 8.
awfully quiet. Do you not have an invitation to this party? Is that why you're so sad? Oh God, are you plastered?
No.
What'd you get?
A natural 20.
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
Plus 3, so 23. Wow.
Oh, no. We
This
need
stuff
you
is not.
drunk.
This stuff is not that strong.
You're getting like a buzz, but you're not getting any detrimental effects from it. So,
Hey, do you know-
with an natural 20, you'll
Linus,
get
this
advantage on your next roll to do it.
Linus, I don't know about you, but do you think they water this down? I think they water this down.
Let me have a taste.
I mean, the drinks
How
are good. I mean, they are pricey, but the drinks are very good. Odd, some of them.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I'm.
don't think the files really enhance the taste. How's your bathtub?
Yeah, it's alright. It's no dwarven beer. Dwarven wine.
Sal's completely consumed by the alcohol at this point. He's just like completely
I'm fine.
engrossed
Yeah.
in.
You've got your buzz on, as it were.
Yeah, so why are you so quiet? Did you not get an invitation to the party?
He just shrugs and kind of looks away and just sips his coffee from his avocado.
Rude. Is he bothering you?
Oh, this young gentleman. No. We were just kind of like working out a deal. Yeah, as you kind of like intimated, not everybody gets invited to Baron Gregoris Montague's party, as you could well imagine him being, the Baron of all of the Eve Coast. So he runs this entire area from the north to the south, all along the coast.
So
He's a
how
man
did
very
such a man of such great esteem like yourself get an invite?
Oh, well, it's good to you. Oh, I'm glad you asked me. I barter with raw ore and precious minerals that come down from the Shattermounts, the deep caves of the dwarves. Now, I bring that along to the halflings that occupy the marshlands, sort of in and around the Lurking Wood, and they will refine the ore, and I bring that here, and we then sell that. We produce it. They've got very fine merchants and artisans here that turn that ore into all numerous amounts of artifacts. So
Do you
yes,
have a
I'm rather
shop
influential.
here?
Me, no, I don't own a shop. Most of my time is spent on the road. I merely sort of am a facilitator, if you were.
Do you have certain stores that you go to favorite customers of yours?
Oh no, absolutely, yes. We get that all kind of refined. I've got some very good contacts in the Lurking Wood, who can like smelt this kind of thing down. The dwarfs kind of pay a bit of an exorbitant amount, so it's far cheaper to pay for the raw ore itself, transport it to the Lurking Wood, pay the individuals there to do it on site, and then transport the rest of the refined minerals and the refined gems all the way over to the Eve Coast, the Sutton Shore here, and distribute it amongst the people.
Sal's definitely glazing over at this point.
Yeah, it's all
Trying
very
to-
dry.
I
Trying
sort of like just do that to him.
like, getting to the point. Ask some questions.
I'm not good at this. Get in the game.
It's about the time that you see Sun return.
Son, come
cat
join us
on the
for a
shoulder.
drink.
At this point, I'm just going to walk over and get my glass and look and see if it's actually turned into water yet.
About half of it. About half of it's turned into water.
A little bit
Like
runny.
maybe a quarter of a mouthful.
Well, I'm just going to have a sip of that and go, nice.
Yeah. You don't know if it's because you've waited so long for it, or because it's just psychosomatic, but the water tastes pretty good.
Nice.
You don't want to admit it, but it tastes really good.
So,
In denial.
hey guys, I'm just going to be pretty blunt and to the point here. Were you here, like, the other night? Because I've noticed there seems to be some sort of brawl, like, judging by the mess on that table there.
Well, in this kind of establishment, I doubt very much there was any kind of thing like that going on.
Oh my god, what's that? What happened there?
Oh, I mean, I've only heard things. Just I checked in early today and sort of been hanging around, and I have heard a few like people talking about it. And apparently there was some kind of incident, but it was outside, not in the tavern. So I still feel relatively safe sort of staying here. I stay here on the regular. I get a pretty good discount, returning customer and all that.
So what did happen then? I thought this was a fine establishment with a good reputation.
Oh no, absolutely it is. As I say, it all happened outside, like in the street outside the dandy. I mean, there are individuals that get attacked and robbed and so forth. These kind of things happen all over the place. Unfortunately, I know all too well. Transporting valuable minerals and all that. Now, you've got to be quite careful on the road with banditry and other ne'er-do-wells you may encounter. You have to hire yourselves some bodyguards. Apparently, this person on their own just got ambushed outside as they left. You have to be a certain sort of like a wealthy caliber to come into a place, an establishment like this, and really sort of appreciate what they have to offer. So presumably they were just some opportunists that maybe have jumped someone on the way out, I believe.
Can we roll some sort of perception to see if he actually believes that?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Insight.
Any of
check.
you can.
Do you
Roll
want
an
me
insight
to
check.
give you advantage?
Oh.
You could give me anyway.
That was a 2 plus 3,
Two?
5.
I'm on my own.
Wow. You better give me
Right.
advantage.
No.
No.
13.
It looks like the drinks are having an effect because that's a 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're
cat would like to speak.
Piety wants to be a nuisance as a cat. Get down off Son and go and sit on the lap of the guy who's disgruntled and start making beans.
Okay.
Does he love cats?
You get on it and he tries to like push you off, but not with any great force
I claw
or
into
great
him if he pushed
intention.
too hard
Ow!
to hold on.
Looks around to see if it's anyone's cat. Doesn't want to make any noise about it, and just kind of settles down and allows Party as the cat to make dough in his lap. And like a few minutes go by, and like his hand to start stroking Party, like almost without him kind of thinking about it.
Welcome to the
but he
sequel
doesn't
of Stray
acquiesce.
on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, exactly. No one can resist. Not sponsored.
Okay,
but
guys,
it's a good game. There we go. So you got a 13 with the highest with the 13 with the inside. You all seem pretty confident that he is on the level and does believe. The lioness with your 13, you think he probably is just extrapolating things from what he's heard rather than it being like concrete, but he does believe what he's saying. But it might not be the
He
the
knows as
actual
much
true
as he
story.
knows. Yeah.
It's
At
just like
this
stuff that
point,
he's heard.
can I walk over to the bar because I want to go speak to the barman?
It is a bar lady, but
Bar lady, yeah.
yeah, it is the copper skin dragonborn.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over there and take my half ice cube.
Okay, yeah,
Well, if you keep holding it, you should melt quicker.
yeah, like a brandy. You just have to swirl it around a little bit for it to exaggerate the melting process. Yes, hello. Can I help you?
Yeah, 2 questions. Number 1, do you have anything that could make my water more watery, like something hot you can just put this glass next to? Just because I'm starting to get a bit thirsty.
She just like with one clawed, bronze-scaled hand, kind of plucks the glass from your hand, and then just holds it over the candle that's on the right next to you, basically, and just stares at you in the eye while she's holding it.
Thanks, I do appreciate that. I do like my water wet. And also, if I was to, say, slip you, say, this little gold coin here,
Oh my god.
would you maybe, instead of giving me a drink, just kind of give me a bit of information about what happened the other night? The brawl, the incident outside?
Roll a persuasion check.
Go on, you better get this.
I got a 14 plus 6. Oh, another dirty 20.
Amazing.
Oh, your persuasion's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a persuasion guy.
While she's still holding the glass with the candle, like, another clawed hand comes up and just spears the single gold piece and drags it very slowly and noisily. No one can really tell because the Lana Del poison spray is still playing, but over the bar and then into vestments, and kind of like leans forward over to you, and her her impressive like dragonborn-esque like skull and face kind of gets close to this. She's got like the dragon-style mouth apertures that one would have as a dragonborn, and leans in close and goes, "So what is it you would like to know?"
I was wondering, do you happen to know why the professor may have been attacked, or any inkling of where these people may have went? I spotted there was a well outside. Is this some place that goes somewhere? Or I know, obviously, being the barkeep here, I'm sure people tell you all sorts and trust you with information. If you could help us, it'd be really beneficial to us, and I'm sure we'd be more than happy to come back in the future and spend more of this gold that we seem to have.
I just work here. I get paid either way. But seeing as you are quite persuasive, kind of like looks you up and down. Says, there were 8 attackers. They were using conventional weapons, except for one of them. One of them seemed to be a spellcaster.
And do you happen to know where they are based? Because obviously a big group like that, people would notice where they go.
My priority was getting all the customers out of the bar. By the time we came back, they were gone. You may be able to hit up a few of the people that live around here. They may have seen something.
Is anyone you can suggest that I go speak to?
There's an old lady that lives next door, off to the west.
Thank you so much for that. We'll definitely be back soon. Hopefully to celebrate sorting this mess out.
You need a room for the night?
Oh.
For me, my friends, yes, definitely.
Okay. How many rooms do you want?
You're right, Bertie.
I think I've done too
our boy
much
might
charm.
be getting
Too much
some.
charm. I just need a room with 4 beds.
Mm-hmm.
How much would that cost for the night?
We don't have a room with 4 beds. There's a room with 2 single beds. You can get 2 of those rooms if you want.
Yeah, we'll go with 2 of those. How much would that be?
That'll be 8 gold pieces per room.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely take those 2 rooms. Thank you.
That's 16 gold pieces then.
I begrudgingly give 16 gold pieces and making sure I'm going to get my pocket money back later.
He's mentally adding up his expense sheets.
Gotta keep your receipts, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get 20%
Do
back.
you have a receipt for that?
Scratches one out onto a piece of parchment and hands it. Slides like one small band of iron keys towards you, and then a second band of iron keys, and says, "This one's your room. It's closest to the stairs."
Oh.
Okay. Thanks. I'll make sure it's locked. Thank you.
You try and take that like ring of keys, and like her clawed finger is just like pinned it to the bar top, and she's just like making constant eye contact with you until like you just awkwardly pull it away, and she just releases them. And she's just staring at you the entire time you go back to the table.
Can I do a little bit of a butt wiggle as I'm walking?
Roll a performance check.
Here we go. Come on.
Pull down.
Oh Jesus, that was a 5 plus 2 is 7.
Brilliant.
Oh no.
Kinda
It
looks-
wiggles badly.
It looks less like a shimmy and a little bit more like it's the first time you're wearing heels and you just got this
My ass don't jiggle, I fall.
Oh.
Hold on your face.
However,
Look at him like.
It doesn't seem to deter the gaze of the Dragonborn, at least. Who's still like just looking at you. The walk of shame.
At this point, I'm going to walk over to everyone else and just kind of nudge to say, can we just go sit back at our table a second? Like, give them that look of, I know something, come here.
Your friend seems very quiet. I'll give you guys some room. We'll just be back at the table. We'll say hi in a bit. Enjoy the song.
Very well. Maybe I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Have a good evening. We're gonna go over here.
And you all move over.
There we go.
So there's a festival here in 3 days.
Yeah, we won't be here in 3 days.
Oh, that's a shame. It's found by the Baron who is in charge of everything.
Well, we don't want to.
He might know more what happened. Did you get any information?
At this point, I'll kind of just fill them in, but then kind of talk about, so fill them in information about the old woman, then go, and also, can one of yous, keep an eye out tonight? I've got a scary feeling I may have pulled and I don't want to.
Hey, that's your own problem.
I'm a bit scared.
Do I play?
And I just keep looking over to the bar, just to see if she's still staring at me.
Yeah, she's still just
She's still staring.
head staring.
I do that typical. Ooh, and I put my arm around him.
No, really.
It's all right. I like the Dragonborn.
I'm going to go up to the bar.
Is he rolling for
and
jealousy?
order myself another drink and ask her what she wants to drink, because I'll buy her a drink too, and tell her that Son bought it.
Okay, nice. Roll a deception check, but with advantage.
Shouldn't he be at disadvantage because he's drinking?
If you didn't get a natural 20 on his last Constitution roll, then I would say yes. But I did say he'll get advantage on his next roll, so it counts as
sorry, what was it? It was a deception check.
Yes.
I got 18.
Amazing, yeah. So she says she's going to go for the dwarven vodka that's served boiling hot into your own hand.
Good choice for her, I suspect.
Yeah. As a copper dragon, you know that they are fireproof.
Yeah, it's a good choice for her. So how much would that set you back?
Oh, so if you get one for yourself as well?
Not one of those. No, I think I might go for the... Let's go for the hat. We haven't tried the hat yet.
Oh, yeah, the Pinot Grigio hat. Absolutely. Who knew I was going to get so much use out of this prop? That's 6 silver pieces and the boiling hot dwarven vodka, which is 5 sets, 1 gold, 1 silver.
Okay, we'll do the 1 gold. Oh, let's just go for 2 gold. And keep the change. It's on him.
Okay. She kind of gives you a serpentine wink, and then leans around you to look at. See his son's looking over. Which I presume he's probably not looking over.
I'm doing the mate thing. I'm being like, oh, she's looking.
Yeah.
She's looking. All right, you're in there.
At this point, I'm just going to kind of go, hey guys, I got us some rooms. I'm just going to go be all stealthy in my room.
You want the alone
Why
time?
did you get
want
rooms
some alone
here?
time?
Because it's late, you're drinking, and where we are going is just next door.
But it's pretty expensive. Are you paying for the rooms?
Okay, I got
I've
your
paid.
receipt.
They're already paid for. We need to
Okay,
get a
then.
rest because
Let's go
tomorrow
for it.
could be busy.
I bet it'd be good rooms. I bet there must be good rooms. Be different to being good rooms.
Yeah, you suspect they are.
I've got more wine. We can crack open the wine in the room.
You've got 200 liters. Of
So you with me, and I just
You just sit up drinking in the room. Anyway,
Ah, I miss hotel room drinking.
so what's the lead you got?
So the barkeepers told me that there is a lady to the west
bet
of
she
us
has.
that
Did you
and
get
I'm
the
just
name
gonna
of it?
glare at the lioness at this point,
You didn't get the name.
Get her spell scroll.
Or is she just happy to see you?
Do you want to know this, or do I just walk?
Sorry. Carry on.
I bet she can
So-
melt your ice cubes.
There is.
I look at his ice cube. Is it melted now?
It's just water now.
I didn't take the drink with me. I just walked off and left the
true,
drink with
yeah.
the
So you
barkeep.
look
I
at
was
the
like,
bar, and there is just like what looks to be like someone's just left
Is she
the
aware?
remnants of their vodka. It's like a millimeter or two of water. In it.
I was looking forward to that drink. But they were attacked by 8 people. One of them seems to be a spellcaster. And there's a lady to the west of us that knows more information. So we may have a bit of a battle on our hands if we find them. So I think we need to rest up and get ready for
Does
trouble.
it sound like it's those justice warriors?
Justice warriors.
They're well known enough that either one of those 2 individuals, the bartender,
They would have known.
would have said it was like Imperialatrix.
Cool.
And the radicalized conclave of religious zealots that go around enforcing law. They would know who they were.
Okay.
Would have said so.
So
They
the
seem to
upshot
be
of
like
that is,
nondescript.
you know that they were attacked by a large group, and you suspect someone locally might know where they went.
pretty much.
Okay then.
And I can trust the information because I get the feeling they are quite smitten with me.
Yeah, you go there.
I think we should let him have his own room tonight.
No, it is fine.
And
I'll share
Sal-
with Piety, and you 2 can go drink.
No, the cat
No,
can
the
sleep
cat
in
can
us.
keep me warm. Cuddle up to Did.
The only problem with that is she'll turn back in about an hour and a half now.
She can
Fine.
come back again.
No, it's
Right,
fine.
where are we going?
To our rooms!
No, not the rooms. We're going to find out where we're going. Where
No,
are
we're
we
going to
going?
the rooms.
We're going to the rooms.
It's
Now?
late at night. Yeah, it's late at night. The old lady will probably be asleep.
We could listen to the band.
It would be quite difficult for you to sleep like with the set going on.
Yeah.
But you don't think it's going to go on for much longer, like probably about 10:30. And if you want to wait it out, it will. It gets quite lively in here, not rowdy or brawly, but people are
Are
definitely
there
drinking.
drums?
Oh right, yes, you did ask that. No, there are no drums. There's a lute.
Thank
There's
God.
a standing piano.
Oh, thank your
There's a
deity.
washboard, a schwarm, what was it, bottles, and a viol, but there are no drums.
Is there anyone? Is there dancing?
Yeah, people by the end of it, like people are up and dancing. Yeah,
You could dance.
I can dance.
dance like a wanna. Why don't you roll a performance check then?
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna do a dance.
Do a dance.
Do a dance?
Make a little love. Get
So
down.
you kind of get
on it.
into.
No,
like,
I'm doing none of that tonight.
Oh, I get a plus 5 for performance.
You do.
Right. Come at me.
Oh no.
It's either good or bad.
Easiest
I don't know
number to
which one
count
it
to.
is.
So let's just say she got a 6 because of the plus
I got
5.
a 2.
Mm.
plus
Ah.
5.
So 7 in total.
Yes.
So you're used to more rhythmic, like more aggressive kind of beats when you're in the gladiatorial ring. Something a little bit more.
The lioness
Yeah.
needs her base.
If it
This is
helps,
way
I can
more-
recommend an interpretive dancer to help you with your moves.
Stab.
Damn.
You're having a great time. It just isn't gelling with the client.
With the crowd. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Um,
dancing to a completely different rhythm to everyone else.
Yeah. No, the rhythm's still fine. It's just it's a little bit more aggressive and stompy. You're a one-person mosquet at a indie folk concert. So very, very quickly, like you just get a big wide berth around you.
You're just like, where the fuck are you going?
It's like being bounced around your shoulder and your hair.
He's dancing with you, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand what's happening, but he's enjoying the movement.
But you have a great time, nonetheless. Meanwhile, I'm assuming like people are just having a few more drinks, and you're still making dough in this individual's
I
lap.
still talk a bit loud about the fire. Be like, oh, is anyone going to clean up this mess? Is anyone else taking bait?
Oh, about the broken table in the front room.
Yeah, in the fight.
No, like everybody's like, that's the front room. That's where all the people are that don't want to listen to the band. Nobody in this room cares about them. All the wait staff know that needs to be left there for the constabulary.
Yeah.
So like nobody really kind of like takes the bait, as it were.
I think we've got
For
all
it.
the information we need.
Okay, that's
Well,
fine.
after about 20 minutes of party like needing the individual's lap,
May
they
I,
end
at
their
some
conversation.
point, like, I've stuck my face in his drink to have a lick.
Cool. Yeah, it is hot coffee.
Lick, 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 lick.
Up to you though.
I wonder, can you taste his? This is up
Cats
to you.
can taste stuff.
Yeah, but I know cats can, but you.
Who knows?
I think your bite transfers, so I think a lot of your other predilection would also transfer. So
Yeah.
you lick it, you taste, you feel it's warm. You can kind of feel a little bit of the caffeine hit, but it does nothing to kind of satiate any kind of like a thirst or food or anything like that. It just kind of is just a hot caffeine hit. to
I
you.
get my lip stuck on the top and then I just carry on licking to be annoying and get my germs all over it.
Yeah, I mean he is more than he just like pushes it towards you. It's now your drink. Not his.
As you do,
And
Ken.
after about 20 minutes, and they're not shy about talking what they're going to be talking about. It is a conversation, again, quite dry, about this individual here is based in Sutton Shore. He wants to get an inn with a few other of the merchant guilds that's based in Sutton Shore, and wants to use Victor as like an inn for him, offering like Victor a discount on the taxation that he pays for importing. Or it's all very, very dry, and it just goes on like that. They seem to come to some kind of agreement, and then the guy like just picks you up off of his lap and places you on the stool next to you. Yeah, just like drags you off. Places you on gently on the stool next to him.
I look
Thanks,
at him
Victor,
with
and then
big,
leaves.
big eyes.
Gives you like one last scritch behind the ear, and then leaves. And Victor like is not particularly interested. Like his back's been to the band this entire evening. Finishes his drink, and then he walks off and goes upstairs. Goes through the door.
Can I follow him?
Yeah. Do you want to be sneaky about it, or you do not care as a cat?
I'm just cat.
It's a cat. Yeah, he opens the door, which is over here, which leads to a spiral staircase. Goes to the top floor. There's a corridor. He goes almost all the way to the west side of the building. Takes out a small ring of keys, puts it into the door, opens the door, and then steps inside. Do you want to do it like brazenly or stealthily?
Like super sneaky, like in the sense of, you don't notice the cat has escaped and you're
Sure.
just like, oh shit.
You are a black cat, and there's no light up here in his room currently. There's light. There's like a little lanterns on the hallway, but nothing inside his room. So roll stealth with advantage as a cat.
As a cat.
That'll be a 23 total, so.
Oh yeah, he doesn't notice that. Opens
wait,
the door.
It's a cat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the same. Never mind.
You
that?
sneak in.
Cats do that, I'm just saying.
Yeah. You sort
Yep,
of hide under the
23,
bed
it's
briefly
the
as he
same.
gets things sorted out. Lights one of the candles on the bedside cabinet.
Can I sit in the
Um,
ceiling?
Yeah. So you go
Cool.
towards like where the wardrobe is, and you pad your way up to the ceiling. At this point, you've probably had about another 45 minutes of wild shape left at this point. Ish.
While she's doing that, I think Linus, you and I should loudly talk about looking into the murder and then go to our room. Very
We've done
drunk.
that already.
No, and then we'll go to our room
What?
and see if anyone comes
To
after.
murder us?
Yeah.
Have you seen me?
The only person that we're gonna have. looking at the rest of
Unfortunately,
the
I
murder
have.
is-
No one's gonna try and murder me. I'm 6'6".
Trust me, it
compact.
ain't gonna stop me
It's
from murdering you.
No one's gonna attempt to murder me.
Quaff, 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 quaff. As you loudly with your little copper gin tub,
Yeah.
bathtub,
And I'm trying to wring out everything from that.
from the little vials and a hat. You have to return the hat.
Oh,
Oh,
do you want to arm wrestle? I feel like I haven't had a punch up in a while.
No, I don't think this is the place for that.
I think it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Wait! Your gauntlets! You're stronger than me! Wait, I need to test this theory. Right! Showtime, ladies and gentlemen! Place your
Oh, no.
bets now!
Oh no.
The lioness versus the Salazar!
Roll a performance check.
Da, 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 da.
Please let her lose the shutter up.
I got a 10.
10. It is towards like you're sort of going up. The set's finished. People are still like buzzing and still like they're set back down the tables. You get about 3 or 4 people.
Hello!
Okay,
Over.
if you insist.
Come on, Sal! Fiston!
They're not like betting people, but they're coming over for the spectacle.
For the fun of it! Let
Yeah.
me put a smile on your face.
Oh.
So yeah, both of you roll athletics checks.
Okay.
So it's the
Done.
first 2, 3 wins.
Okay.
First of 3.
Yeah.
First
So
one.
1, 2, 3.
I get to add my pluses, right?
Yeah. It depends if you want to rage as well.
No, no, no.
Really? She'd really be going.
20! That's a 20 plus 5!
That's a 25 for the first one.
That might be a bit beyond me.
You can still beat it technically.
Well, yeah, but I didn't.
Okay.
What are you in the chat?
Yeah, so you clasp hands and then like you brace for it, and then sounds like, no, you never really arm wrestled. Well, so you haven't arm wrestled the lioness, and strength's not been your forte up until having these gloves. So you're taken off guard
Yeah.
in the first instance, which takes
Not
you like
ankle
all the
pick.
way from like straight up to 45-degree angle, like before you can kind of like brace yourself.
I'm not. I wasn't ready. Hold on.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
I wasn't
Okay, roll
ready.
again.
Okay.
Woohoo! 20!
Wow.
I only got. So it's just athletics, isn't it? 16.
Yes, 16. Yeah, again, like so you're about an inch or 2 away from the tabletop now. Like the lioness has just gone hard in on the whole arm wrestling thing. So roll again.
Yeah, I don't really feel it.
This is just to prove that I'm still stronger than you.
Test
even
of
with your
strength.
gauntlets.
Against.
Oh, dirty 20!
Ridiculous rolls.
20, 20.
That's 25, 20, 20 is
Yeah, sorry,
pretty
25, 20.
Yeah, I only got a big fat.
Can we have a
12.
check on
Yeah.
dodgy dice rolling?
Yeah, it's
sure.
Yeah, which
Use a
dice are
different
you using?
dice.
I want
I'm
to
using
see.
my pride dice.
Use that one.
Oh.
I think that's
Working
weighted.
It's the weird.
So yeah, before anyone can even blink, the lioness has got you straight
Yeah,
down.
okay,
Something.
well
I
done.
feel good. Oh, I'm still strong. Those gauntlets had me worried for a second, but nah, I'm still the man.
You flex and you get a light sort of golf clap
I'm
from
going to be
people around.
slightly bemused by that whole situation.
My God.
I've never been able to do that. Yeah, it's below what it is. And they kind of dissipate once the spectacle is over. You go to your rooms.
I feel good.
For
I'm
the
gonna sleep
evening.
well tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So Salazar and the lioness have got one room, and then Sun, you've got the other. With technically with party, but party is off doing party things.
Important party business.
Is the rooms on the map?
The rooms are not on the map. I'm
Cool.
afraid you'll have to use your.
Theatre of
I
the
didn't-
mind.
I didn't know if you're going to be staying here this evening, so I didn't want to like. I knew you were going to be coming here. I
Removes the
was
bar
hoping you were
from
going to be
it.
coming here, but
Didn't know if we're going to set the place on fire.
Bar fight.
But other than that, you'd just be going to rooms, so I didn't figure it was worth the time. So you go to your individual rooms. They're very well appointed. It's 2 single beds per room, very spacious. Each one has a window. All the bedding seems to be clean and well maintained. There are candles on the side tables. There's a chest to put your valuables in. There's a 2 wardrobes to put your clothes in as well. And yeah, very comfortable room. Nice
Can I
mattresses.
search the room to see if any previous guest has left anything interesting?
Sure, roll investigation check.
A soiled
Um,
condom.
Do I have any magic ability where it makes
Fine.
black light so I can check the bedding?
Ah,
There would be like devils, like a warlock
You
would
don't
have
have
devil's
detect
side.
magic.
no.
That would be more like
Detect mad dick.
Oh.
And why would you even
Oh,
want
Annabelle.
to?
Piety is now in a timeout for the next minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, can I give you like the opposite of inspiration?
I
do
can
believe that's
mute
a
the
D4
microphone for a
psychic
minute.
damage.
Yeah.
Now.
No, it's all good. It seems to be like clean, like a lot cleaner than places you've been in.
Finds a copy
Certainly
of
in the recent
Dragon's
years.
Bible. Sorry, someone in chat. Sorry.
Right, I'm not going to avail myself of the
I'm
comfy
gonna
bed.
sleep naked as I always do.
I'm going to sleep in my
God.
armor. Well,
As you're want to do.
Well, I'm not in
Yeah.
the same room, thank
set
God.
up, keeping some sort of half an
You're
eye on the
your
door.
own.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you going? I crack open the wine.
Oh yeah.
That was just for show.
What?
It was just for show.
You mean how many fingers am I holding up?
2. They water it down
You're
here.
no fun.
We need to change the cam layout so that way they're side by side, so when they look at
sorry.
each other, it's.
Oh yeah.
It's
They're,
a bit
like,
odd.
down onto the.
Sorry.
So yeah, Salazar and the lioness are like audibly sort of like egging one another on as to whether or not they're going to be drinking further on, and that's up to them whether or not they do. Son, you get into your room, you notice the party's not there, and you're like, well, I need to lock the door, but
Where is the keys?
Please,
So
please
what-
don't
yeah, what
turn
do
this
you
into an
do?
18+ story.
How does the thief keeps getting
Fade
stolen
to black.
from?
Nothing's been stolen from me.
Yeah, where
Someone's
he
gonna
keeps
steal your
stolen
virginity.
to
Wow, Piety, you need a cold hose tonight.
Maybe she should have had the ice cubes.
Ah.
yeah. So yeah, what do you do about the whole door situation? Because Party's obviously not in the room.
I'm
The
just.
last time we saw her, she was downstairs.
I
She's not now.
will leave it unlocked so Piety can get back in.
Okay,
That
Thanks
is
for that
asking
time.
for trouble.
cool. And then you go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep very lightly,
Okay.
like this.
Hungry and thirsty because you've just had like a couple of millimeters of water, no food.
Gotta have that millimeter of water.
Yep.
Keeps the dragonborn away.
Hello.
Cool.
Baby.
You go to sleep. I
Look, he
imagine
did.
like after a little bit of argument, like maybe you succumb to having a few glasses of wine, maybe you don't. Up to you. And then eventually you pass out for the evening. That's
Do not eat ditch.
lioness.
Look, he's
Um,
Sorry, Ditch.
I know. It's actually-
Actually, can you, son, can you roll a perception check with disadvantage for me, please?
Jesus Christ, what's gonna happen here? Okay, first roll was a 19, just my and perception.
Yeah.
That is a dirty 20, and now disadvantage, just my luck. Oh, that is a 15 plus 1, so 16.
Okay, cool.
You don't
Um, you're just about drifting off to sleep. Like you feel the eyelids going heavy, like all of the sound is kind of dulling down, and then you just hear a creak
You
on the
don't-
door,
Oh my god, no.
and you kind of like open one eye, like you pretending to be asleep, but opening one eye, and then like there's a shape at the door, like coming in, and it's a black cat.
I'm still technically mind linked with Piety, and I'm just gonna go.
You are
I
now. You can
thought-
see her.
Oh, it's like I thought you were the Dragonborn. I'm locking this door. Get in your bed. Don't give me a heart attack like that ever again.
I just drop the leather pouch in my mouth.
You don't really
Yeah.
fit. You're gonna try
Hits the
and-
bed with a big. It hits the floor with a big like thunk of metal.
Ooh, what's this?
What have you been up to?
I'm gonna just give Piety good little head scratches, like good little Piety, good little Piety.
And as you're doing that, like her wild shape ends and turns back
So
into.
you're just scratching my actual head, but I still.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Wouldn't that be technically like scratching your knee at this point? It'd be kind of like good. Oh, hi.
Well,
My head is still my head,
transforms,
darling.
yeah.
Oh, when you
pushes your
come back,
hand
are
up.
you still on the floor?
Yeah, sure.
That's sweet. Less awkward.
Anyway,
I-
let's see what's in here.
Yeah. So gold wise, you find there. I mean, it's a pouch, but
Right.
it's very very heavy, and it's full of gold and platinum.
Oh,
What? I might pay for the rooms.
Yeah. So you find 36 platinum gold pieces
Wow.
What? Jesus.
and 12 gold pieces.
Can I take the gold?
Sure, you got 12 gold.
Piety slaps your hand, going, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Then you
I've
can't.
spent all my pocket money. I
Well,
need
you
some.
shouldn't have.
You're not here. You be quiet.
You shouldn't drink heavily then. That's not my fault.
I had a millimeter of water.
All right, how much did you spend?
I spent more than 12. I've spent like 26 to get us the information and stuff we need.
And he knows that because he's got receipts.
Yeah, look.
I give him 30,
Oh.
Oh, so I've got 52
and then
now.
I pat him on the head.
Right, we need to sleep. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. And no, my luck, the lioness is going to start stuff.
Has anyone seen Ditch?
I think he's asleep with the
last time we
lioness.
saw Ditch, there was the lioness.
Oh,
There you
which
go.
room are they in? I'm going to go get
The one
Ditch.
next to yours.
Okay,
You
I
guys are-
don't lock the door yet. I'm just going to go get Ditch.
Please
I'll
be
go
quick.
bang. Gently knock on.
I'm looking out the door like.
Hey!
Oh, God.
I open it naked.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Yeah.
Growl, I
You have
get
to
it.
ditch on
Uh-huh.
me. Do you want your...
Would you?
There you go.
You go
I'll give you ditch back. There you go.
Are we all
Thank
going to
you
have
for
to get
looking
cuddly
at me.
didgers just for
Yes,
we
okay.
carry didge?
I'll send you all the link.
Right, do you know what's funny though? So this is bright yellow, but on stream it goes grey, so it looks like a pigeon.
Oh, nice.
You're
You
welcome.
saw it
That's
yellow.
why I did it that way.
Oh, did you?
Totally.
Just in case.
intentional.
Secret plan.
I did.
Absolutely.
You have him back.
Very
Oh,
nice
yeah.
time. I'll see you in the
Enough.
morning.
Can we get some sleep?
Do you want to stay in here with us? There's lots of room. I think that someone wanted a visitor.
Well, because I'm next door, can I
Ah.
hear what she said? Because I'm listening in the corridor, technically.
Yeah.
My head's in the corridor.
Yeah.
Only the older kid here for me is.
Going to
No!
have some visitor. What's this about a visitor?
Trust me, my whistle is not
He
getting
was,
wet.
he was going to gather information for us from the bar.
Darling,
already
don't think
have.
Anybody wants to wet your whistle? They want to wet something else.
Nothing.
Glass for the water you
Yeah. I think she wanted
I'm getting as wet as my drink was.
Wee.
And I
Right,
lock
there we
it.
At that point, I'm
Uh,
locking my door. Done.
You know what? I bet the people here have keys.
Yeah. I bet that's true.
You know they do.
It's a pretty common practice to have like a
Better keep.
sort of master set for
Mhm.
doors.
On that note, I think we need a break. I'm done.
I think so too. I think that was a good idea to have a
I
break. So
wanna
you
know
can all
what happens
click.
overnight.
Yeah, you can all click long rest for your characters.
Oh, I think
For those
that's
who need it.
I need
I think
it.
it's really only party, I think, at this point. But yeah, go ahead and click it, and it'll restore the things you have for your long rest. Yeah, so we're going to take like a 3 to 5 minute break. But don't worry, we're all going to sort of remain here, and we'll just tag out anyone. If you need to get yourself a drink, a snack,
You can go first if you want.
use the bathroom. Now's a great time to do it midstream. We'll do the same. A couple of us will probably remain here on stream to talk to you guys and sort of recap what we've done and and then we'll be back in about 3 or 5 minutes. So yeah,
Do you know what we should do?
Grab something else
We should roll a d20 to see who goes first.
What? You go. You said you needed it.
I was
No,
gonna
Yeah,
say
I
you
mean,
need-
probably
said
do
you-
that.
No, I just
If you
wanted
need
the
it,
hide
go
from the
now.
dragonborn.
Oh, all right.
I think
Should I
you're
roll a
rolling way
natural
too
one,
high.
but I need.
Yeah,
No,
go
but
for it.
just roll that dice to see
No.
what you keep getting.
The irony if someone rolled a number 2. Just
17.
saying.
14.
Yeah, got 17. Go on, carry on.
That's
50.
15,
wow.
I got a 9.
a 6.
There
Okay.
you go.
It's one. No, just keep going.
Who thinks my dice is cheating? 16.
16.
5.
Okay.
15.
So it can't
17.
technically be weighted because 15, 16, and 17 are
Yeah, they're on opposite sides of the
What
face.
the hell is that? What do you explain that?
I'm lucky. I said this.
I mean,
mean,
you've
we
seen-
were
you've
there
seen
for
her
her
character
stat
stats.
rolling.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. Someone in chat was like, Tim, when you were making that menu, did you like have tea in your avocado or something?
Oh yeah, did you trial everything first?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I made
For
each
our
one of those
bonus
things.
stream on Saturday, Tim is going to try all
Right,
of
no
these
one's leaving,
drinks.
so I'm gonna go get a cup of tea.
I kind of would like to do
Bye.
that.
Bonus stream on Saturday. What are you on about?
There's not.
No.
Tim's making all the drinks.
Oh,
That would be pretty cool.
so.
I think they're all technically possible, although I don't look forward to having boiling hot vodka in my hands.
No, please, can we not?
I'm looking forward to my glass of water.
I'm a little bit, yeah. It takes a good sort of 30 minutes before you can start drinking it. But...
When we
Right.
do our live in-person stream, spoilers, maybe we should have some of these drinks made just as a...
Could be amusing, yeah.
Can we
Please
also
keep-
have some of the food as well?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the food. I was scared from the drinks, let alone the food.
Well, now we're on break, we can reveal what the food is. On the
Go
menu,
on.
there's vegan beef broth with eggplant, aubergine, and brinjal.
Dad can have that.
So vegan beef broth is water, and eggplant, aubergine, and brinjal are the same food.
Yeah.
So it's just sliced eggplant in hot water. Number one. The next one is elevated, lightly seared Kilirith sour bread with fresh legumes.
Toast.
It's beans on
And
toast.
beans on toast, yeah.
There's pumpkin spiced feta, lightly shown a beetroot and thrown at a fork.
Nice.
Cheese on a fork. Strawberry pizza rubbed with seasonings served under the table.
Okay, that sounds nice.
And then there's today's eggs sprinkled on tomorrow's pate, shouted at by the chef.
Lovely.
All of that is a reasonable between 1 and 4 gold pieces.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Right, on that note,
Well, in
I'm
this
going
case,
to the
there's no
loo.
meat.
Yeah, I
You
can't
guys.
say that you really sold those. The
It is not
drinks we
supposed
tried.
Yeah.
But
I'm impressed that you went through everything apart from. I was upset that you didn't go for the boiling hot.
I
So
knew,
that
do
gets
you know what?
stored
I
in
it
really
was specifically
did.
served in your hands.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what,
I
They
wanna
literally
show how
boil.
strong I am.
if they'd have
boiling
said,
hot
okay,
vodka into
well,
your hand.
I could have had it in a glass or a tankard.
No, they can't, unfortunately. And none of you want to go for the 2 points of real ale in a 1 point mug using a half pint measure.
No.
That
You're
just
paying-
confused me.
Yeah. Well, basically, you're paying for 2 pints of ale, but only getting half a pint.
Nice. Why would someone do that?
Why do they
Depends
do
how much
anything here?
drinking they've done, yeah, too.
It's just very strange.
Very strange menu.
Yeah. Well, it's the dandy sage for you.
Oh, Dark Holson is raiding. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
amazing! Thank you so much, Doc.
Welcome to the stream. We're actually on a break at the moment, so
We
some of
are.
us
Yeah.
are at the loo, and then we're
Yeah.
going to tag team, but then we'll get back into the game. But how was your game? How was it?
I'm going to try some different dice.
Rocky soft paws. Hey, raid!
That's
I
awesome.
can't believe your
Yeah, thanks
dice
so much.
rolls.
What was a hype in chat? I can't help
You didn't
it.
get lower than a 20.
Hype,
I
hype, hype,
did.
hype.
I've been getting 5s and 6.
When you were
No.
rolling, when it didn't matter. But
Yeah.
for the majority of it, you are getting super high rolls. Those are good dice.
I am lucky. What can I say?
It's true.
Odin is on my side.
There was that one episode where you were just rolling nothing but like 10 or lower.
Yeah, that
Kind
was
of
a
a blip.
that
Well,
was,
it was
yeah,
obviously
it
a
was like
different set of
right,
dice.
karma time. Let's
Mm.
get back.
In one episode, but after that, it seems to be fine.
Yeah, if you are new to the channel, you can also roll with us. Just do exclamation mark and then a dice.
Yeah,
so
you could
for
try and
instance-
roll lower than a 20 or
Let me see what I get.
in 3
Let's see what I
goes.
get with Didge. So I'm rolling my d20 and Didge has
Not that I
got
was actually
me-
bothered about winning.
Oh no, it's not doing it. Oh, that's because he's doing Liam. Liam got a 7.
Nice.
If you do it at the same time as someone else, it cancels it out.
Oh, really? I didn't know. That.
Yeah.
Go on then, try it electronically. See
I
what
just
ha-
did it.
and
Okay,
you
I'll
got-
do it again. Okay, let's see if it works. I don't think it will work this way. It's only physically.
Let's see if her luck holds for
Right.
electronic.
I just
dice.
rolled. It hasn't done it again. What is going on? Oh, I didn't put a D in it. That's why. Sorry.
You spelled
I
dice
know. I
correctly.
just spelled.
You put
Oh!
ice.
Okay, D got 17 for Dunga. I got 16.
No,
That's still high. That's still high, yeah.
Oh, shut up.
To be fair, when I rolled my character sheet on D&D Beyond, that was oh no, that was physical dice. Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was physical.
Yeah.
When we were doing your character creation. Yeah, you got super high rolls for it. So, well, if CJ was here, you could put your stats up on
Oh, and
screen,
you
but
can
he can't.
see. I can read them out.
There
So for anyone that's interested in my stats, these are just my base stats with no pluses. My strength is 17. Even
Nice.
without gauntlets, I'm stronger.
You're not.
Anyway,
I'll let you in.
my dexterity is 80. Wait, how is my dex more than my strength when I'm a fighter? Now I'm
Because your
confused.
character build.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Because you're also a barbarian, and it's good for you to have high dex because it adds to your unarmored
Oh.
armor class.
Yeah. Oh, so no, it's not fixed. Go away, chat. My constitution is
Yeah,
17.
fixed.
I know it sounds fixed. See, right? Intelligence 10. Okay. Wisdom 13. So they're quite low, and then charisma
A
60.
little higher than mine. My intelligence
Yeah.
is sorely bad. I need
Yours,
that.
I think yours is 7, wasn't it?
8.
8.
So I am desperate to go back to the shop.
I think we spent all our money in the last episode. If you watched our last episode, we went on a massive shopping spree. And
I
it was our
definitely
first
need
one,
the circlet
really.
of intelligence.
Yeah. You got some good stuff out of it though. You got
We did.
those,
It was
ogre gauntlets. We've got gauntlets of ogre strength.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently
I
don't
got a
help
shiny
much
shield.
in
Sentinel shield. It's pretty good.
Sentinel was very good.
Wait, my group Tabax pulled high rolls for convincing another party member that the bottle of rum was rum and definitely not bath water. What?
Yeah.
Because it gave a girl bath water.
Oh.
No. Oh my gosh.
Heck of course, if someone wants to buy my bathwater, let me know.
What?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Well, if you freeze it, I mean,
Oh, right,
Son might
I'm
like
thinking-
water.
We said like
Oh,
with the-
true. Ice
with
cube
the
dill a
cost-
bath bit of ego bathwater. Gross.
with the cost of
You should
electricity
not
these
have-
days, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Right, you go off. Hello.
Right, I'm going to tag out, so you two are in, us 3 are out, and then we'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Did I hear y'all talking about character sheets?
Entertain
I
the
love it.
chat with character sheet stuff whilst we're on the break.
Well, I was
Boring.
trying to prove that her dice are somehow weighted, but they're not. She's just really jammy.
She's so lucky. Her stats are insane.
I
I
think
don't
there's a
think
bit
she's
of
got a
fixing
single
going on.
negative modifier.
I even made her roll the electronic dice.
See, the good
Leave
thing
it
about
at
electronic dice is they're not weird.
No, they're randomized to screw you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. I do like my
Where
electronic
are we?
dice.
No.
17,
Wash your
18,
mouth out.
17. What the heck?
But how was
I'm gonna try
everyone's
this.
weekend, by the way, in chat? Because we had so much fun at the weekend at Insomnia.
I'm so sleep deprived. Oh wait, insomnia. Ah,
Yeah, I mean, it
I
is in
get
the
it. I
name,
get
really.
it.
We still are suffering.
I'm fine,
Yeah, I'm not.
but I don't
You're on
need sleep,
holiday, you
so-
jammy poop.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
you're on holiday.
I've been working today, getting
Yeah?
stuff prepared, applied for a job. I've been very busy.
Did you get up early to do that?
I get up. What time do I get waking up? I get waking up about 7.
Yeah, that's 8. You've got a dog. How do you stay in the bed till 7?
Because the other half goes down.
So I have a very lazy dog. I go downstairs at like by 7:30. You know, you spend however long upstairs sorting your life out first, and then you go downstairs to get some food. And Coco will look at me and be like, "Why the fuck have you woken me up?"
Our dog would quite happily stay in bed till about 8, half 8.
No.
Is Archie all like, hi,
He
hi,
definitely
hi.
is. Yeah. As you can tell.
I love him. He's so cute.
That's basically his natural state is, what are we going to do? When are we going to do it? When are we going to do it?
How old is he?
He's just over 1, so he's not surprised.
Yeah, he's very much still puppy.
Yeah.
I have
Someone's
a
asked what
2-year-old
breed
Pomsky.
and ages.
Yeah. So I have a 2-year-old Pomsky.
We have a rescue dog, so we don't actually know what breed she is, but she came from the Middle East, and over there they call them waddy doggies. So I have a 10-year-old waddy dog.
Yeah.
Or in my version, I have a 10-year-old lazy diva.
Yeah. And Artie's just into everything still. He's about 14, 15 months old. Border collie, and I don't know
if my chroma key will remove it. There you go. There's my
No,
dog.
yeah, we can see.
Are we showing pictures? Okay.
It's extremely cute. Those eyes.
Evil dog.
Not evil.
I will eat you.
Trying to find a picture where I'm not in it.
Yeah, because no one knows what you look like, so you know.
Public me and tramp me are 2 very different people.
That is true.
I do want to know
this.
the
You
dragon
hang out in my room till like stupid
attempts
o'clock.
to handle on your door.
Can we see it? Can you see the dog?
No.
No,
Oh yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah. It's
There we
kind
go.
of slowly
Yeah.
Oh,
focused.
there you go. It's focused.
Hey.
Got it.
The
Oh.
baby.
Wish I had a dog to show.
You can have mine.
Here's when she was trying to sulk with me because I hadn't taken her a walk yet, but she wanted my attention, so she deliberately came and sat in front of me with her back turned.
Shunning
It's just
you.
like,
Also wanting you to take a walk.
you have an attitude problem.
I love how we can still hear the talking in the background from the tavern.
Well, yeah, tavern, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a really poncy tavern. I don't know if we would normally go there.
I knew you'd like it.
And also, people in the chat, if you've got any feedback or things you'd like to say, now's the perfect time to maybe drop it in. Let us know.
Yeah.
To let you know about September. September we will have 3 campaigns episodes, and we are going to have a special one shot because somebody is on holiday. So we're going to have to replace Annabelle for one stream. So we're going to do a one shot, and we're going to have a friend of ours drop in. So it'll be whole new characters as well for each person. As well.
So the one shot will be like a one and done in that session. It's not going to be using the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Still working.
Mechanics will be using a brand new mechanic. But yeah, it's a lot more improv related.
Yeah.
So everybody were coming in completely blind, creating the characters on the spot, doing whatever that one shot is, and then we're done. So,
Have a little
Penny
note down.
cosplay stuff says, where was our invite?
You can do a Cos Expo one shot. All right. So why don't we line that up for November time sometime? October.
sounds good.
We will hopefully have. I won't say who, just in case it doesn't come into place.
Then I'll bring you a treat.
But we'll hopefully have a
You're not
special
coming with
guest.
me. You go wait under there. That's it.
One shot coming up.
Cos Expo D&D panel.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. We should totally do that.
Oh no, the Happily Watch Your Cos Expo one shot. We will do a live Cos Expo panel, but we'll also do a one with the guys from Cos Expo, as well, live on stream.
Yes, both.
So hopefully, what we're going to do is, as time goes on, it might end up being where we do 3 campaign episodes a month and one shots
Wait
with
a sec.
extras
Dad,
in.
can you grab me a peach iced tea, please?
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, would anyone else like a peach iced tea?
Only if it's served in avocado.
Sorry, I meant beer.
No. I need it out of a little bathtub.
Yeah.
With bubbles.
With
Oh my
you and
God.
Bubbles.
Right.
Oh, here we go. I'm taking my headphones off for this one. I'm not even.
What? No, at Insomnia, you know bubble tea?
Yeah.
What is the key ingredient in bubble tea?
I don't know. I've never had it. I know of it, but I don't know what it. I mean, I'll just
When
Google
you
it right
think
now,
of
but-
bubble tea,
Bubble tea.
what do you think is the significance of bubble tea that separates it from the other drinks?
Yeah, I would like to think it's bubbles.
Oh god, it's still going.
Really?
I
get
maybe I'll just be
that.
a name.
Yeah,
Um,
no. I get Dad to order me bubble tea, and he didn't get me bubbles in my bubble
Oh,
tea.
So it literally just got a fruit juice.
oh like
It was-
boba.
it-
Like,
Boba, yeah, boba tea.
Yeah, boba.
Boba tea.
But they're like lychee seeds and stuff. And
yeah.
God no.
Oh,
Bubbles.
I do want to have one eventually. But,
Yeah, but in all fairness,
don't
out
know.
of the
Time.
2, the bubble tea, it's better having the tea than the bubbles.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a
know.
refreshing aspect
Because
to
the
it.
bubbles pop and there's liquid inside them, so technically you can still get a drink from bubbles.
It's weird because at Insomnia, I went to get a bottle of water, but all they give me is a glass full of ice cubes. It was so weird.
So strange.
At least you got a glass full of ice cubes and not just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That took forever to melt.
To be fair, the heat in that place, it would have
Well,
melted
the heat
fast.
towards the end was palpable.
Dungeon Master, did you need a break? Did you take one?
Yep, took one.
Oh, okay. I must have been
Done and
really long then.
Yep, had to wait for.
Must have been a
Nick to
big
get back.
poop,
Okay.
Tabby.
No, I was on the phone actually.
You have other friends?
Mhm.
I do.
Baby.
Stupid. I just turned that volume
Oh, no,
down.
it's been,
That was weird.
I'm glad our brain
DCMAs.
cells are on the same wavelength.
TikTok. Down, down.
Yeah, as soon as Nick gets back, we'll venture forth into the new day.
Oh,
Do we have a new
Oh,
map?
New day.
see?
It's a new day. We do not.
It's a
The
new
rest will be a
day.
theatre of the mind.
It's a new day. It's a new
It's a
life.
new life.
Random fact, I did my college dance piece to that song.
Oh, cool.
The Michael
Very
Bublé
nice.
version. I didn't pick it, my teachers picked it.
How dare they?
Well, my contemporary dance, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah, you'll never beat the master or friend Amy.
Sorry, yeah, no, I know.
Did you go all Kate Bush?
Stop.
I did.
Nice.
No,
I'm
yeah,
half
it was
tempted
someone
to
else's
play that
choreography.
video,
It's like that.
and if we
Oh.
don't tell Amy we played it, it'll be
She's
fine.
She's watching.
I don't think she is. I think Kenny
He
is.
is. I think they both are.
No, I think Amy's gone.
Oh, she might have gone to
What?
sleep.
That's fair.
Oh. It is
She's
getting
quite late.
Where is everyone watching from? Let us know in chat.
Yeah.
Their
I
phone,
wanna know.
their laptops.
Well, I mean, like geolocation. I mean,
Don't
don't dox
judge
yourself,
me.
obviously,
Oh.
but
1475 north.
Seven. My cipher.
nice.
Here's your beer.
Oh, thank you.
That's a
I mean,
weird
it's the right
looking
colour.
Yeah, that's
beer. That
all
looks
right.
like
mean,
it's
yeah.
from that dandy pub.
I feel like iced tea and apple juice are the staple alcohol props
Replacement.
in film sets and stuff. So
It's
like,
got to be right.
Oh,
It's good,
USA.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whereabouts in the USA? Like East Coast, West Coast?
Oregon,
West Coast?
I said.
Oregon.
Cool. Oregon.
Oregon.
That's like,
No coast.
Isn't that middle?
that's the middle.
isn't that hurt?
West.
I don't know. I'm so bad at geography. But I took my
Oh,
dad.
Ohio.
for a
Oh, hi, Owen.
driving lesson, and I didn't kill him today.
West Coast, Oregon is West Coast.
Oh, is it West?
Oh, I love appetizer.
Yeah, is it like northish?
It's
Above
above
California. There we go.
Ah,
okay,
cool.
okay. Cool.
Good time. That's like what, 5 hours behind us? 4 hours behind us? It's like what, like 5, 6
Oh,
months.
it's in the daytime.
Right, you'll be good. Come on.
For them.
Go sit down. Good boy.
Grimmy, right, we're all back. Let's jump back in. So break.
Go.
Let's go. What do you mean, wait?
I'm adding more did ones.
It's 2:15. Nice.
Shit.
And apologies in advance, chat. When we start playing, we don't interact as much. We're not ignoring you. We're just playing the game. So there we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So you wake up to a pleasant, fresh mid-morn time, which
The
is
sun
spring.
wake up next to a dragon.
You wake up, you sort of check yourself before you wreck yourself. Look at the door. The door's still closed. The key is still in the door. Nothing aforementioned has happened during the evening. You all have had a good night's rest. None of you are woken up with any kind of particular hangover, which means probably the alcohol is good. But you are rather hungry. in the
Yeah,
morning.
that water was very fresh.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, son, you're feeling a little bit dehydrated this morning. But nothing like your water skin can't overcome. You go downstairs and some of the wait staff have changed from the evening to the morning, and they bid you adieu. I haven't swapped out the tokens, but the Dragonborn is no longer behind the bar. In fact, there's nobody behind the bar. It's just there's some kitchen door is open. You can hear you can hear and smell some rustlings of the morning's food. You can order yourselves stuff off of the menu if you wish. I would recommend the beans on toast.
But that's not what it's called.
I mean, no, it's definitely not what it's called.
I want the strawberry thing.
You want the strawberry pizza?
Yeah, I think she actually wants the strawberry pizza.
I do
Go
want
for
the
it.
I
strawberry
mean,
pizza.
I feel like we should make it for that weekend.
Sure. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we can do it.
It's so funny, sorry, out of character, but we were actually talking today about buying a pizza oven. That is
Nice.
crazy. No,
There you
so
go.
Let's do it.
Are
Let's
we
do it.
doing the Saturday Night Live?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a car that goes past in the morning.
We're live from Artifix. It's Saturday Night Live. D&D.
Saturday Night
Yeah.
Live playing D&D.
With pizza.
So you've got you can have eggs, you can have a strawberry pizza, you can have a pumpkin spice feta, lightly shown a beetroot and thrown at a fork. You can have beans on toast, or you can have water and eggplant.
I think I'll go for the eggs.
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 Today's
for me.
eggs sprinkled on tomorrow's pate, shouted at by the chef.
Yes.
I'm going
Yeah,
with the strawberry pizza, but I want
Pizza.
to know if they've got any bacon at the back.
So look. They for an extra couple of silver, they'll throw on some bacon for you.
Perfect.
No problem. So you've got a strawberry and bacon pizza, rubbed with seasonings, but it is served under the table.
Okay, that's fine.
So when they serve it to you, they take it from the tray, they place it under the table, and then you have to accept it and then place it upon the table.
Guys, I think I choose death.
Is it breakfast or death?
Breakfast or death?
You have chosen
Wait.
wisely.
Don, are you not
You're
taking
already
of
dead.
food?
We've got eggs, we've got pizza.
What was that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Piety and son, are you having any breakfast?
Maybe you should try one of the things we haven't. Go for the beans on toast.
I'm just going to have some water, but actual
not game.
water, please.
Okay, you get a ice cube in a glass. So in total, it comes to so the pizza's 3 gold pieces. The eggs is 4. That's 7.
Hi, are you paying?
So it's 7
Did you
gold.
get breakfast with the rooms on?
No.
So.
I could have,
So
but
it's-
I locked the door.
Yeah. You might have got treated to breakfast, but
What you get?
alas. You opted for not that. So that is 7 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces for your breakfasts.
I give the change exactly. Actually, no. I'm going to give her 70 silver pieces.
Okay,
Yeah.
count that 1, 2, 3.
70 however many silver pieces.
73. silver pieces.
73. Remove.
We've got an awful lot of copper.
Yeah, I got 2,782 pieces of copper, thank you.
That's a lot
Surely,
of copper.
surely we can get rid of that.
Too late, I've given the dish out in
Oh,
silver.
okay.
However, if you've got 10 minutes, I could probably...
And that's conservative. So you all have a odd breakfast. There is a. You do hear the scream coming from the kitchen as the chef is shouting at your eggs, Salison, before it gets served to you.
At least he's as advertised.
Of course, yeah. You're paying
Oh,
for
you
the
get your money
service.
back. Yeah.
And there we go. You are somewhat sustenance filled.
I just
and
get
ready
some
for the
seeds
day.
and shove them in Digi's face and hope
Yeah.
that some of them go in.
About 20%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
Then you just sweep the rest up back into the bag afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
where are we going, Son?
We are
That's the
going
question.
west. There is a little old
Where the people
lady that
Everybody
could give
When
us
you
some
say that,
information.
you mean next door?
How
Yes,
do
that's
things
west.
chat?
They have a cockerel here?
Apparently, somewhere in the town.
Well, where do the eggs come from?
Exactly, right?
Out of
Oh,
the
wait, no,
market.
I mean, not the
Don't lay
cockerel,
eggs.
but...
Yeah.
but presumably they're with hens.
It's a magical cockerel.
Indeed. So you exit the tavern.
Oh, please tell me that was a gag. No,
What?
missed it. You missed the opportunity.
I was being good. Y'all told me off for being rude.
Would we do that?
Come on then, where you lead on?
All right, bossy boots. Let's head next door to see the little
Well,
old
this
lady.
is your intel. No,
Oh.
no, we're not playing with this. Not now.
A dog on the street comes up to us.
Yeah.
That cockerel comes over to say hi.
Okay, so
Plays
it's
tag.
the little old lady's next door, right?
That's correct, apparently.
Should
It's the
we-
one with the plant boxes outside the front door.
Son, I think you're the less threatening out of all of us. Why don't you knock on the door and say hi?
Well,
I think you're
Okay.
very cute.
Thanks, I think. It's a bit...
kind of a compliment, right?
Come on, just go.
Okay, I walk up to the door and just kind of gently knock on it. Just to see if
Okay.
anyone answers.
1 minute. You can hear some shuffling going on inside
Aw.
there. And then the door opens sort of about halfway, and you can see in there like a very wrinkled old lady, sort of got a natural hunch on her. She's wearing a purple shawl over a blue and green patterned linen dress with some flat shoes on there. She's got her completely grey hair like, pulled back into a bun. She's got these very small glasses on. She's so aged at this point that like the crags of her face have like made just like she can almost barely see out from all the wrinkles around her eyes. She sort of peers up at you and readjusts the spectacle. What can I do for you?
Sorry to interrupt. We're investigating an incident that happened outside the tavern the other day. And a very over-friendly barkeep suggested that you might actually be able to give us some information if you don't mind. And I've got to say, I love the purple shawl. It goes really nice with my friend's purple scarf.
Okay. Are you
Heavily
selling
purple.
something? Are you selling scarves?
No.
I don't want any scarves.
No, we're here
We
for some
have
information. To try and make sure that incidents like this don't happen outside your house again. It's about protecting you, so that way you don't feel fearful of these incidents happening right outside your front door.
From people selling scarves?
Yes, nasty
Can
scarf
I-
sellers.
Okay.
Can I walk over and just be like, oh, don't buy his scarves. No, you don't want a scarf. You need a
No, I
good
don't need a scarf.
knitted scarf.
No, I don't need
Should
any
learn to
scarves.
knit.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.
Okay, goodbye.
No, wait.
Wait. What?
I must ask, what's your name?
Evelyn.
Eve.
That's probably the easiest name we've had in all of the
Yeah, I
I'll
did
throw you
fancy
guys a
those.
bone sometime, right?
Evelyn, darling, do you remember the ruckus? They made a loud noise a couple of nights ago.
It was during the day. I think I know what you meant, though.
Oh, apologies. During the day, yes. Do you recall anything? Any information?
I saw it from my window.
What did you see?
I saw these individuals like ganging up on this poor lady.
What were they wearing?
And she points at Salison, like that.
They're
Like
wearing
armor?
Chainmail and armor.
No, I don't want any scarves, thank you.
Does it? Please,
Dramatically,
please.
just
Yeah, but I would.
The scarf will
Just-
dramatically be like, it's a very fetching scarf.
it's windy. It's very windy out there.
Oh my god.
So they were wearing chainmail and armor. Were all of them wearing chainmail and armor?
No, it was one that was talking to the other one. The lady talking to the lady. They weren't wearing armor.
Did
What
they look
were
like they
they
knew each
wearing?
other?
Like a gown.
Like a black gown, a white gown,
Like a silver gown.
a silver gown.
Were they male or female?
Female. said that.
They were female.
Did it look like they knew each other?
Her.
They were talking, but then they killed her. So if they did know her, they didn't like her very much.
Wait, are you saying the lady who got killed was wearing the gown, or the one who did the killing was wearing the gown?
One that killed her, the other one, the two ladies.
Okay, the aggressive of the ladies, what were they wearing?
The gown.
Okay, the silver gown. Well clarified. Amazing. GG.
Thank you.
Did they shout any names or anything, or any orders? Say any words?
They
that were
weren't really
weird?
shouting. They were just talking, but I couldn't really hear them from my window. But they
Were
were
they
just,
human?
some of them maybe human or half elf or maybe
They're mostly
halfling
humanoid.
or. One of them was a tiefling like you,
Oh, fabulous. What colour?
blue.
Oh, blue. Okay. Tiefling blue. Noted. Nah. Ah, very nice. Okay.
Did you happen to see where they went after the incident, like a direction, so we can go talk to them?
They went southwest,
Oh, go sit down.
Southwest.
but then they just went around the corner. Can't see further than that. But the
And,
lady that got
This wasn't
killed,
that- Yeah.
she put up a fight. She was casting spells, got quite afraid.
Yes,
Tried to
she
take-
was a. Yes, she. We heard. I'm afraid.
Had to gather my chickens in from the back of my house.
Oh, and the cockerel.
Jeremy.
Jeremy's very loud. You should be very proud.
He is loud and proud.
Yeah. That's what you get from.
Where is Jeremy?
He's parading around out in my garden at the back.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go see some cock.
Wow.
You went there. Okay.
She did.
Nice. PG.
We'll just edit in some roll after that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is out of character right now, but seriously, what is up with you tonight? It's innuendo non-stop.
You guys know I'm fucking filthy as a sailor, right?
Let's hold it back. Anyway.
When you see me at
right,
conventions, I'm professional.
One of them got quite badly hurt and got pushed into my azaleas out this front. I had to get
No, not the
the nice young gentleman down the road to repair the
Do you
flower
think there
pot.
might be a blood trail that someone can follow?
I don't know about that. That seems morbid.
But do you know where this group of people are residing?
They went southwest through the town, but I didn't like follow them. Too old for that kind of thing.
Is
Too dangerous.
Piety within range, or is she off chasing cockerels?
I don't know. That's up to Piety, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, she would have wandered off and then wild shaped down into like a hen
Okay.
and gone found the cockerel.
Yeah.
If
No,
You
she
can
would
get
have
through the
wild
fence.
shaped into another- She would have wild shaped into another cockerel, actually.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Don't know if it's better or not.
Not really sure.
Oh, I'm scared.
So Piety does that. So Piety, I guess, didn't hear the rest of that.
Now I'm wondering if Piety would be able to pick up a blood scent.
Why would you wonder
I
that?
don't know.
As a cockerel?
Well, as anyone really. As when she shifts into creatures, why can't she pick up a scent?
I might be able to
I don't know how
smell
this works.
something.
Has anyone got tracking?
Senses, wait, blind sight, terror remorse, no. True sight.
Can you track?
No, I'm too old for that kind
Not
of thing.
you, dear.
Oh,
Son.
okay.
Nope.
I can.
God damn it,
track.
Evelyn.
Anyone can track.
I mean, survival. Surely. I mean, I've tracked things to eat them. Surely we can track them.
Why don't we just head southwest?
Can we not see anything on the floor or any tracks? Or
You
anything?
can roll an investigation check.
Okay.
I'll
Let's
do one
roll
as
an
well.
investigation check.
That's 14 plus
Anyone
2,
can if they want to.
16.
Fine.
16
Word, that's bad.
What were you doing?
A
Investigation.
4.
investigation
Dun, 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 dun. 15
in total.
in total.
So 15, you can find. Where are you guys? On the map.
I don't know where we are. We
Oh,
left.
where have you gone? The party's
Right.
over there. So that's where party is. That's fine. Where the rest of you?
We're still in the tavern.
Oh, we're still in the
Oh.
tavern. I didn't know.
Maybe
there
Let me
need to
let me
move out.
collect you all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'll drag you over.
Oh, don't forget Didge.
Did no?
Didge.
Did I get him? No. Damn it.
Oh, got him.
Okay.
So around here, with a 15, you find that there is a small like blood stain on the ground just here, around
See?
where sort of the blast marks are.
Guys,
See,
look at
surely
this.
Piety can turn into something that can track that.
Like a hound,
Yeah.
more than like. But yeah, you can see on the floor that there is like a small amount of. Now you can really see it.
It's gonna
Well,
jump.
that's-
Piety! Let's see. It's
So
like,
go find this cockerel, right?
Yeah. So you go and find the cockerel. What do you want to do with the cockerel?
I want to try and talk to it in my cockerelness.
That's a good point.
cockerel
Like
talk
when
about?
you're shifted,
talk about
like do you
animals.
understand the language of the thing you shifted into?
I would have.
oh, this
thought
must have come
so.
up somewhere. This is
This
definitely
must have
come
got.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
and
is
with a
that?
16 as well. Who got 16? Salison?
It was
No.
me.
You.
Salison got a 4.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're just like kicking up dirt and looking under
Yeah.
rocks and not finding much of anything. Meanwhile, Sun, over by the planter that you said that someone knocked into and damaged, you see out the corner of your eye something glinting in the earth, like the bedding of the plants. You reach down and you pluck it out, and it is a discarded necklace that's made of like steel or iron or something. And it's connected to like a really simple design. The pendant on it just looks like a outline of a triangle. Like, well, in fact, 3 triangles making a larger triangle. But they're just outlines, and they're like flat, squared iron, making that kind of triangle shape out of 3 other triangles.
That's weird.
Question.
Mhm.
Just so I'm not going insane. Is there talking in this music?
There is
Yeah,
talking
you can hear
in
it
this
from the
music,
bar.
Thank
You
you.
can still
'Cause
hear it.
I'm like, what have I
It's the
listened?
people eating their breakfast.
Okay, sorry, I'm just going mad. Okay, I'm not going mad. Carry on.
Yeah. So also anybody watching, there's not people talking around you. It's also on the soundtrack of just like the town atmosphere of people walking past. You know, the city's waking up and there are people like.
This is
walking around.
another moment when Tabitha is confused.
I'm not
That's fair.
confused.
All that
fair.
beer.
Are you hearing
I mean, one of the
voices?
sound effects I've got playing is called unsettling noises. So,
Yeah. Piety!
meanwhile, oh yeah,
Meanwhile-
we're looking up.
Can,
to see
can
if
I can I speak to Can I speak cock?
I mean,
I'll stop now. I'll
still a
stop.
load of questions.
stop. I'll stop.
Wild shape, can you speak? There we go.
Can you speak cock?
Google search.
You can't cast spells if you can speak auto.
But you can.
Does anyone
You can't cast spells in cock.
Yeah, you
No, I
can.
can't cast spells in wild
You,
shape.
you can speak to other like-minded creatures when you're wild. So like a cat will speak to a cat, a cockerel will speak to a cockerel.
A cock can speak to a cock?
Sup, bro?
Yeah, what up?
Hey, bro. You
Sup?
you see the shit that went down the other night? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh man, what was going on there?
Oh man, bro.
What the cluck was going on?
Let me tell you, bro. Some shit went down.
Oh man, tell me about it.
We're mad.
Give me them deets.
We're mad, right? Right. These eight fools rocked up into this one girl, and she was giving it her all. They were like
Oh,
in her
what
face,
even?
right? They were all up in her face, all up in her business. There's eight of them, one of her. She was like, "Nah, mate." She pushed them all back. She was like letting off fireballs here and there, scorching up the earth, making a huge amount of noise. She was doing real well, and then eventually, like, took a few of these guys down, and then the one woman that was going up all on her face, just fucking like zapped her with some electricity. She went down,
Ah,
dragged the
oh,
body
man,
off,
like,
right?
well cheating.
I know, right? It was well bad.
Oh,
That,
so
that
bad.
stuff was crazy, right?
They say any names or like what group they're from, yeah?
No, mate, I didn't hear anything. I was out there like
Oh,
protecting my
nothing.
hens, right? I was all back here,
Oh,
like,
I
you
heard it
don't come
rough.
in here, you don't mess with my hens.
Nobody touches your hands.
Nah.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a D&D noob. Can
Sure,
I just
yeah,
check
yeah.
that is it official in the handbook that all chickens talk gangster-like?
No,
I mean,
it's
I mean,
slightly
I
like-
wouldn't say I talk gangster like, so I definitely don't think these chickens are.
Okay, I'm just checking, just so
Like,
that way
I
know.
would get very stabbed
But I mean,
if I ever
see,
said
I
that.
see them talking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
But
for
it's their
his
heads,
You know,
like,
like
going
they
back
walk
and
around
forth.
like this constantly, like
That is like how a head would talk, innit?
Yeah.
Bro? Yeah.
you know, and they're the boss of their brood, so like
Yeah. In the written world, in the campaign setting that I've written, this is how cockerels talk.
That is now
Okay.
canon.
That is the-
Oh, God.
Please,
Cockles
please, let
are
us not meet more
gangsters.
chickens in future.
yeah, but like right, I'm gonna bounce. Got some eggs to make. I don't know.
Yeah, man, no worries.
Yeah, man.
Catch
It's
you
been
later.
good.
Catch
Stay
you on the flip
safe, bro.
side. See you later.
Stay safe.
Peace out.
Feather out.
You just like walk out.
I feel
I
like
hear
I'm
sound
stuck in
calling.
between a cock and a hard place.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you called me for the bad pun.
So yeah, you can rejoin the rest of the party. CJ, the son's managed to pick up this necklace. You've investigated the blood. You're not quite sure whose blood it is, but it's there.
Is
What do you do
Peggy
with that?
still a cockerel at the minute?
Until she says otherwise. Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna mind link with Piety.
Sup, bro?
Hi. How did it go for the cock?
Oh man, it was like totally blangy. He was like, "Whoa," and then we whoa, and I was like, "Whoa."
There you go.
Great, thanks. So, guys, Piety is talk to the other cock and has become a bit of a gangster rapper. I don't know what all those are in this world, but I hear that's the in thing.
Subclass of bard.
Piety, can you just get your shit together and get back to normal? As normal as you
Right,
ever
the
get?
little old lady said southwest. Let's just carry on clocking.
I feel like there's nomenclatures now
Nice.
used into our language.
I feel like I need to change the name of this episode.
No, I don't think. Yeah, we will not get.
No.
We'll get instantly demonetized.
There is
Right.
no stat sheets for just a cockerel. I'm sad.
So yeah,
Piety.
you've got this necklace. You found this bloodstain. You interviewed some of the eyewitnesses to this that seemed to corroborate that there were indeed 8 individuals. One lady that was dressed in a silver ball gown that confronted the professor's spine. She was murdered, and they dragged their body away at some point in the last 2 days.
Cool. Well, can I
Also, a
just-
couple of their individuals were injured as well. I didn't know
Well,
what
there
the
should
state
be
was.
some kind of
Can I
trial
just
that we
check
follow.
something?
Sure.
You know how they said she was murdered? Was a body actually found?
According to the old lady, Evelyn, they dragged the body away.
What did the other wizard in the university say, or did he just say she was murdered? Because if there was no body, how does he know he's murdered?
From the reports, from the eyewitness reports.
Right.
When
okay.
she didn't turn up for her classes, they kind of retraced the steps. Probably also talked to the same people you talked to at the Dandy Sage, you assume, and then got the evidence from there. Nobody's talking. No investigations were happening. The dean of the university didn't seem that bothered with trying to follow it up.
So everyone's
and-
just
Put it
assuming that.
in-house.
So everyone's assuming she's dead.
Yeah, and according to eyewitnesses, that she was killed. But the body was removed by the people that attacked them.
Cool.
You've now learned.
There's going to be an in-house.
Right, so I'll talk to the rather strange Piety. Piety, I'll be looking down. Piety, can you follow this? Can you turn into anything other than a cockerel that can follow the track? Unless, of course, the cockerel is a really good tracker.
I'm genuinely sad I haven't found a stat block for a cockerel. So, give me a week, I'll make one.
Well, I mean, you could convince me that the cockerel's a good tracker, and then not.
How about a hound dog?
I will, as a cockerel, and then I will wild shape again. That's my last wild shape for the day into a big, what are they called? Neapolitan Mastiff.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Big
a chocolate,
black
vanilla, and
doggo.
strawberry mastiff.
Yeah, I feel that that's a better choice for the task.
To
Might be
which,
wrong.
for
I don't
those,
know
if
much
you want
about
a mental image, think of Hagrid's dog.
Yeah,
It's a big ass dog.
it's a big old strawberry
It's
guy.
floppy.
Yeah. Groovy.
To which
Okay.
I will go stick my face on the ground, sniff the blood, and pick up a scent if I can.
So yeah, roll. I think you have an advantage on. If it's
I
like a
do.
wolf, you'd have advantage on your perception.
I
check.
have on the
It would give
stat
her
block
more help.
provided by D&D Beyond. I have keen hearing and smell.
That's the one. Yeah, so roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go with the 17 over the 2.
Groovy.
That's,
Nice.
I would advise that too.
Perception.
fine.
Perception. What's my
Hey,
perception?
he's
Wild
off.
shape,
You get a
so
name
it's
for the
plus
other
6, so 23.
Amazing. Yeah, you pick up the scent with the 23. You and also have being a tiefling, you know that this is tiefling blood. So presumably it is Professor Spine's blood. He was a tiefling.
Am I still mind linked?
You are.
I think so. Yeah, as long as someone can see you, you're mine.
I don't.
You can.
I just look at him, and in my head, I'm like, it's tiefling blood.
There you
The
go.
professor was a tiefling?
She is now.
You
Let's
you
find
were
her.
told that, like Professor Hendrix Dropmeyer, who employed
So we
you to
already
do
knew that.
this, told you that she was a tiefling. Yeah.
So, Piety,
Okay.
can you track the blood now? Can you direct us to where they've went with the body?
Let's give it a go.
Guys,
And I goes, I go
Okay.
full face on the floor, sniff, 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 and follow the trail.
Guys, we need to follow Piety.
Yep,
She's
we're
got
on
a
it.
scent.
Gotta walk off breakfast.
Marty, what colour are you? Grey, black,
Black.
black.
I will bring attention to a certain feature of my class as well, which is called blighted shape. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she does that weird.
I get a +2 to bonus to my AC as gnarled spines protrude from my body.
I forgot. Yeah.
Looks
So it
weird.
looks pretty groovy.
I'm so pokey.
Yeah. She doesn't look like your grandma's dog. She looks pretty messed up, if I'm honest with you. In fact, I have a token for you if you want to use for your mastiff, which I shall load in momentarily.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Green
dun.
giant.
We have
There
a
you go.
map.
Why
No,
didn't
it will just occupy the space, but at least
Why
you can
didn't we
get
get a token when she was a cog?
I didn't have that.
You
I
could
did not
have. You could have
foresee.
drew a
What
cock
was it?
on the map.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, I guess I could have done, but
Okay, anyway, let's leave that way behind.
At the end of this stream, instead of a kill count, we're gonna have a cock count on how many times we actually
please
said
don't.
that word.
you guys realize every time I do a new wild shape, I'm gonna be like, what accent can I do for this?
Just try not to do a Geordie. I've heard you try Geordie. It doesn't work.
Have I?
Yeah, once.
Are you sure I just wasn't tired?
Probably both.
there you go.
Right, okay. Let's follow this scent.
Hey, buddy.
Let's do stuff.
Sniff, sniff. Let's go.
Good. There you go. Save. Right, you should be able to control that now.
I can.
Cool. Groovy. Yeah, but she's got all like these groovy spines protruding out from her skin. That is like where the tears in the skin have opened up. There's like a green, almost moss-like interior to it. But you sniff it out and follow the trail.
May I have picked Didge up and put him on like my back first and then done it?
Yeah, I mean the mastiff was big enough. Like you're a pretty beefy individual now. Didge recognizes like who you are.
Well,
Just
you have to
running
go by
about, like
side.
between the shoulder blades.
Yes.
Cool. So you're going to track them. So roll a survival check.
I certainly will.
Can we give her assistance in any way?
Yeah, you can give it advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take advantage. So that will be an 18 total.
18 is good enough to track the sort of like the blood. It's been a couple of days, so it's quite difficult to find a direct path to where you're going. It takes the better part of the morning for you to follow the trail. It goes from the cliff sides into the beachway back to the dock sides. And you are going down across the boards of the docks to an area you're not familiar. Well, you're not really familiar with Sutton Shore in its entirety, but anyone that's been here before probably hasn't been to the section. It's the warehouse portion of the dock sides where everything is stored for like the dried fish and all the grains and all the stuff just in big warehouses that they rent out. And you kind of preempt the scent. You can see it with your senses going into one of the warehouses that's in front of you.
Do I know
Takes
which
you
one?
the better part of maybe about 30 minutes to about 40 minutes.
Okay, so
Yeah, you know which one it is. It's the one right directly in front of you.
Cool, cool. I just look at Son and be like, mental link. Yeah, that one, mate.
It's here.
Okay, do we want to? Is there any windows we can look through carefully?
So why don't you roll a perception check?
Okay, we go again. Come on, dice.
Remember, you had advantage, Tabby, because of your
I
shield.
do. I've got an A next to it, so I've got a +4, right, instead of a +3.
Yeah.
Oh no, do I roll twice?
You roll twice. Roll twice.
Ah.
You take
I
the highest
got
one.
a 21. That's very good for me today.
That's nice.
13.
I got a natural
19 plus 3. 19, 20, 21, 22.
So 22, 21 party.
I got a natural 20, so 26.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
And Sun, I assume you also got in the 20s or higher.
Yeah.
Oh,
21.
buddy.
Yeah.
21. Great.
Plus
Wow,
one.
wow.
Plus
Oh,
one.
yeah, two.
That's two.
I-
Yeah, you're kind of like a bit distracted with regards
I think
to
you'd
being
probably
an unfamiliar locale,
He just
but also
stepped into
doing the
the
whole
tunnel.
kind of like the responsible thing of you're in a new place. You probably need to be checking your six, making sure you're not being followed, so you don't really pay attention to what's going on ahead of you.
Making sure he doesn't get pickpocketed again.
Yeah.
Well, the people that got 20 and plus, if you can, all three of you, so not Sun, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Here we go again. Come on.
13 total.
13 total.
Insight. I got 15 total.
I can't remember what my insight was. 19.
19. Amazing.
Ooh.
So, Sun and Piety, you recognise that there are a few people that are hanging around the warehouse district. Like, some people are like using a lot of the netting to try and haul up a lot of the boxes via the pulley systems to go into the upper echelons of the warehouse district. There's a whole bunch of people like milling around. It's still like it's not a dead area. It's just not as busy as the rest of the dock sides. As you're like walking through this area, you notice that a few people are both keeping an eye on you and keeping an eye on this particular warehouse that you know that the body's been dragged to. So you think like they are guards or people that have been paid off to watch the place and maybe report on anyone taking a particular interest in the warehouse. They just seem to be on alert for anyone paying particular attention to the warehouse.
And how far away are they?
They're all dotted around. Like there's like one individual just sitting there smoking a pipe. There's a group of three of them they're making themselves look busy, but actually when you pay enough attention to them, you realize that they are just doing busy work. They're not actually achieving anything. They're just hanging around as a group. Yeah,
In retail, it's a skill.
pretty much. Yeah, you're just going to be facing up, and they're just facing up the entire time.
Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm tidying.
It's that
Okay,
kind of
so-
thing. They're just making themselves look busy whilst also keeping themselves
Would
in
there
the
be-
eye line of the front door.
Would there be any way of getting into this place, another entrance, without being noticed then by the watchers?
You've like looked at the front of it. Presumably, you can get around the back. Maybe you don't know if that's watched as well.
Well, the front's certainly being watched.
Yeah, that you know.
Son, why don't you take a look around the building and see if you can see another exit?
I think I'll do that. Is that a stealth check?
Yeah, if you want to peel off from the group and have a look around sort of the
I
back of this
do.
warehouse.
Ooh, I'll take that. That's a 14 plus 6. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. So he peels off. I mean, you can see him like wander off, but unless you keep your eye on him, like by the time you look back, he's blended into the crowd, into the shadows of the alleyways and so forth. Roll another perception check, son, as you're looking around the back of the warehouse.
Okay. Oh, that is much better. That is a 13 plus 1. That is 14.
Yeah, you see one individual sitting in an old wooden chair, just with his feet up on a crate, like reading something, like a small, almost like notebook size, sort of barely paying attention, but just in this long, thin alleyway going back there. There's only one person.
I'll head back to the group then and tell them what I found.
Piety wants to impart something, I think.
I mean,
She's scratching her ears.
I'm a mastiff, so I'm like gonna follow the trail of blood and see if it takes me to a particular entrance of the warehouse.
The main like double doors, like the big almost barn doors that they would use to open up if a cart was to come in.
Cool, noted. And I'm just see how people reacted to me going sniffing the door.
They spot you, but you think that it's not an uncommon sight to see various animals. Unless you're causing mischief, they ignore you.
No, I'm just sniffing.
They're aware of you, but they ignore you.
Any windows that you can see in, or is it not that sort of?
There's some like big, cheap, paned glass windows. So not like windows we have, they're completely transparent. They are like very opaque. You can barely see through them. They're just there for like light and aesthetics more than anything. And there's 2 sets of those on this side. There's none on the front, and then smaller versions of those 2 on the upper floor.
Are there any empty carts nearby?
There are not completely empty, but there are some that have got a few bits and pieces of supplies that are either being loaded or are in the process of being unloaded.
Is there any without anybody using them, as if we could grab one?
There's one that's like waiting outside of a warehouse. Hasn't got anyone currently attending to them.
Would be able to hide people on this cart?
Let's just go back to back action to
Maybe.
one person.
Yeah, I
that's
think
a-
we're overcomplicating things.
Yeah,
This
let's
one
not
that
overcomplicate.
you
Let's just
just
go
said
to
that
back
it was-
exit
No,
that you
I'm
found.
I'm just thinking if you's going to the cart and I take you through the main entrance,
No, let's just go round the back with the one.
Why would they let you
person.
in?
Yeah,
it could
let's
be
not.
very persuasive.
No, let's just go
Yeah, I
to the
don't
back.
know.
Right, I'm heading towards the
I
back.
have a suspicion it's probably not a functional warehouse.
They're not expecting
Okay.
deliveries. I mean, you can go
Yeah.
for Candygram.
Can I try and be
I'll just say it's a
sneaky?
prime delivery for them, like the top of the range.
You want some puppies?
I'm gonna be sneaky.
Yeah. So anyone who wants to be sneaky to go around to the back alley along with the sun may do so.
I am not.
I'm not
sneaking anywhere.
sneaky. I walk around as a dog.
Okay.
Sure. I mean,
What-
again, they're aware of you, but they didn't make any.
What check?
I am not going to go.
Stealth.
I'm just going to.
Right, let's go. Let's go.
For a while.
Come on, be good to me. 19 plus 4.
Jeez Louise.
Nice.
Yeah, 23.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
sun.
you.
Those dice.
Those dice.
So party, you make it around to the back alleyway. Sun, you're in the back alleyway, and like you feel a sudden like breath on your neck, and you look around, and then out of nowhere, the lioness is behind you.
I want to get in front of him, and I want to kill someone because I haven't killed anyone for a while.
For at least a day.
For at least a day, I'm going to take my
Like, itch.
sword. Let's be different. Let's go for a long sword.
You-
Uh,
You're not
what?
even close to the guy.
Yeah, I was sneaking up to him.
No, you are sneaking up to me.
No, I'm sneaking up to the guy with the book who's distracted.
Unless situation changes, you can use that stealth check. Same goes for you, Sun. You use the same stealth check unless the situation changes, which means like either the environment changes, there's a transition between rooms, or someone else comes into the picture. So yeah,
This guy could be innocent. You're going to kill someone that we may not even need to kill.
welcome to D&D.
I've got twitchy fingers. Let me kill
Wait,
something.
don't worry, I have a
Trigger
funny feeling
happy.
when we go in this warehouse, you'll be able to kill plenty. But I think right now, if we cause a fuss, people might hear it, and we lose
Right,
the
you
element
honestly
of
think
surprise.
you can persuade
Time.
him to get in without killing him?
No, I'm just thinking you make too much noise.
No, I'm sneaky. You didn't even hear me.
I, as a dog, just walk past him, walk past the old guy, and just walk in.
Well, the door is the rear door is not open.
Oh, is it not open? Apologies.
It's one of the big slide doors.
Patty, you
still,
distract
roughly
him.
the
I'm
same
going to stab
size
him
as
in
normal
the
door.
back. Right, I'm going to stab him in the back. Sorry.
There we go. So you have it's a surprise round because you got the stealth, and he wasn't really paying attention on his guard duties.
It really wasn't. Must have been a really good book.
So we won't roll initiative
Just
yet
well.
because you go first automatically. So a roll with advantage to hit him.
Yeah, baby.
And those
Right.
dice.
So my long dice is a +6, but I'll do it twice. First roll is 13 plus 6, and then
19.
the second roll is a 17 plus 6.
23. So yeah, that'll definitely hit. Roll your damage.
Right.
Are you
so that-
raging or not?
If I rage, am I noisy? No.
No.
No,
You don't
okay,
have
no.
to be
Do you know what?
noisy.
No, it's not in my character to rage right
Okay.
now. It's just one person. It's fine. I
Yeah.
can do this. 1d8 plus 4. Wait, why is there a 1d10 underneath?
If you use it two-handed without your shield.
Oh yeah, I would be using it two-handed. So can I do
Yeah,
the
so 1d10.
D10?
Yeah, it's strange. I don't think you'd be using your shield against an unarmed opponent
plus
reading a book.
8 damage.
8 damage.
To be fair, if you're
oh.
creative enough, you can use a shield to decapitate someone.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
True.
good. But
8
why
damage.
bother when you have a sword?
Die, motherfucker.
Yes, you slash him. He doesn't die yet, so let's roll initiative for
Wait.
Sun.
No.
Technically, I still have an attack of surprise as well.
No,
'cause I'm right next to it.
I can sorry, I get a bonus action. And I can do second no, not second win. I can do
You can spend your action surge for the
surge.
day.
That's what I meant. That
Yeah.
one.
Sure.
Sorry.
We'll roll to hit with
Didn't kill him the
advantage.
first time.
15 plus the 6 or 5. I can't remember what it was.
It was 6,
Yeah, I mean,
21.
that'll hit.
It's 6. I
and
think
then
you hit
sorry,
him.
I'm trying to find my weapons. And the second one is a 9, so no.
Both would have hit anyway. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Another D10. Come on, baby. 8 plus 4!
Yeah, I mean, you just eviscerate this person from behind.
Like, kill me,
Could be you've taken a bit about. You have no idea.
I love that.
Or die. But suddenly, without chance for him to react, you plunge your sword twice. Once into his back and then once across his throat. Like
Smiling.
Killing a
almost
harmless
completely
old man.
decapitating.
Yeah. Whilst
Yeah.
he was reading a book.
Did absolutely
Falls off his
nothing
chair.
to no one. But no, let's just kill random old men just because
You
you've got
want
to
to
get that
in
kill.
there? Nah, he looked dodgy.
He
He
didn't.
looks dodgy.
He was reading a book.
He looked dodgy.
Lioness is on a rounded 30 now.
Nice.
Yes, I'm aware. I've updated the kill
And-
count.
You have dispatched this sentry individual without anyone else noticing. Out of initiative,
It hasn't
your
updated
actions
yet.
are your own.
Can I search his body?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Investigation.
I
A
believe
20! Natural 20!
I'm telling you, those dice.
It's not
Yeah.
nice, it's my rolls.
He has a gold wedding band on.
Oh.
Oh
Has he got like a picture of his children?
Yeah.
You guys!
Apparently, it's his eldest son's birthday tomorrow.
No, you
There's
guys!
a small
do not
wooden
like
ship
this.
that
2
he's
days
got
away
for
from
his- no, it's-
retirement.
He has got a gold wedding band on, but you don't find any like evidence that he's got children. The small book that he's reading is like a tale of a seagull, like an anthropomorphic seagull that he's been reading. It's a very short book, like maybe only about 16 pages. Not a lot of words in it. It's almost like prose rather than an actual narrative. He's got just average standard clothes on there. He's got a belt pouch with 2 gold, 5 silver, and 10 copper in it. 2 gold, 5 silver, 10 copper. A little bit of walking around money.
I hand it to the son.
He's also wearing a necklace. A necklace that's got this triangular, that looks to be like a steel or iron necklace, and then this painted red triangle design, with flat steel on it. You go to pick it up, and when you do, and you move it slightly, you notice that there is like a brand underneath the necklace of the same design, like the necklace has branded itself onto his skin.
Can I take it off? Can I keep the necklace?
Yes, you can take it off his neck.
Cool.
And you have that necklace. So, Son's got one, and the Lioness has got one now as well.
Oh, where did you get yours, son?
I found it in a pretty bush.
Do you
In
think
one of
we
the little
should-
planter
in the
boxes in Evelyn's.
Should we
Right,
put it
I'm going to nose down the alleyway because I think they've had enough time to do whatever they were going to do.
Yeah. As a noisy cart passes you, you
Yeah.
go down to the alleyway.
Yeah.
And take
I'll
take
use
down.
that to cover me
Yeah.
and my armor.
Yeah,
going
you're
down.
just like,
Yeah. That was very,
Uh,
very fortuitous timing.
Son, did you take note of the gold?
Nope.
So you're not taking it?
Nope.
No, give it
Piety.
to Piety.
Okay, I gave
Piety's
it
a
to
dog.
yeah.
Can't give it to Piety.
You just keep it for
Might as well
now.
add it to your
Just
sheet.
keep it.
Okay, right. Sorry, how much was it?
2 gold, 5 silver, 10 copper.
Okay,
2, 5, 10.
Okay, so this is it. I will look down at Piety and go, do you still need to be a dog? Think about it.
2,
I just look at Son and be like, if I want to find the body, quite possibly.
5.
So what did she say?
Possibly. Yeah.
Let's carry on looking. We need her to find the body. Let's go. I tried to open the door.
Well, should we let her go through first though? Because if they see a dog coming, they're not going to be that.
Yeah, but I need to open the door for her. She can't open a freaking door.
Well, you open the door then.
I'm opening the door.
The door has got a big iron latch.
Murder
on it
mates
that
are
you pull down.
antsy.
And the entire door itself, it's a big door, maybe about 8 feet tall, about 4 foot wide, reinforced with some bolts, but not
Attacking
huge.
door.
And you slide it to one side, and it makes a little bit of noise, but not any more than the ambient noise that you're getting from the street outside. And it is very dark and dingy and dusty inside there. The first thing you hear, actually, every roll perception check.
Hi,
Come
advantage
on.
on that shit.
That is
advantage.
14.
Dirty 20.
14, dirty 20,
And so I think and 14.
14
Oh, no, it's
also.
perception limit.
Yeah, perception.
Oh, so I get an advantage. Sorry.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, with your sentinel shield.
Oh, that's much better. 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, so 14 high is enough that you can hear the sounds of conversation coming from somewhere in the warehouse. Those that got 20 and above know that it's on this floor, but it is much further towards the front of the warehouse. You're at the back currently. The whole warehouse is stacked up with old carts in different states of disrepair, boxes, barrels, tarps, all this kind of stuff that you'd expect to find in a warehouse. If it's not an active warehouse, it's an abandoned one. They've kept all of the goods that are inside it.
So I'm just going to.
Can I be a stealthy boy and look around?
Before we split up, we need to ask questions. Okay.
To who?
We need questions. We need some answers.
These are probably the people that killed her.
I'm going to walk off.
Oh, excuse me. Did you kill our wizard friend?
Fight.
There we go. So
Wouldn't it make more sense that I'd be stealthy? And
Yes,
listen in?
but just before
Yes.
everyone goes off, just remember it'd be good to actually be able to question.
So we should hide and let him go off. Is there anything I can
I'm going to
hide?
stay at the back because I make too much noise.
Yeah, let's just hide.
there's plenty of stuff behind here. Like there's boxes upon
Yeah.
boxes and
Yeah, I
barrels
want to
and
stay at
stuff.
the back.
It's
Shout if you need
it's
me.
it's a relative like maze or labyrinth in here that you can just duck behind anything you want, get as close as you want. But from where you are at this point, there's no problem. You can just like stop and wait at the rear of the warehouse.
Yeah.
The two people going forward, I need to make stealth checks for.
Okay.
So that's Piety is the mastiff.
Barrel.
Providing like unless you're just boldly going through, then you don't have to.
I'm boldly going through.
Then
I
no bother, you
Still,
just go
though,
through.
that as a cockerel, more people would have ignored you.
I'm
You
dark.
can't smell the
I
blood.
can only wild shape twice a day, so this is my life.
No, I'm just sort of throwing it out there. In the future, you're quite right. Being so obviously rubbish as a creature.
Yeah, there's
That's
an
My black
cat works so
advantage to
well.
that.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
15
It's
plus
spiky
6,
dog, not so
21.
much.
21, nice. So Piety is a mastiff. You go up ahead faster than Sun, because when you're stealthy, you go
I
half
try and
movement.
follow my nose as well, see if I can pick up.
Yeah, you don't need to roll a check with it. You can quite easily navigate your way until you get to about the first third of the front of this warehouse, which opens up. Above you, there are pulley systems and some nettings with some crates in it above you. There's an old broken down cart to one side. There's the two windows either side of the building as well that is letting in ambient light. But the glasses are so poor quality you can't actually see out of it. It's just there just to provide light during the daytime. You can see up that around the second floor of this building there is like a gangway and a little bit more storage above you as well. And when you get there is a small group of individuals talking to one another. There looks to be 3 individuals on one side and about half a dozen on the other side. So about 3 and 6 individuals talking to one another. The 6 seem to be relatively well armored, maybe like mercenaries or guards or adventurers or of that ilk, thugs. They have some form of arms and armor on them. The 3 that they're talking to don't seem to have any armor on them at all. They're dressed in what looks to be like relatively fine clothing, but not anything ostentatious. The one at the forefront, who's a woman, seems to be elvish of nature, maybe half elf or 3/4 elf. She's got like very slender, swept back, pale ears and pale skin, jet black hair pulled into a tight bun, and she's wearing quite strict, severe clothing, high-necked, grey collar with a white undershirt on it, and sort of matching pantaloons and boots. And she has like 2 attachés either side of her. One is a half-orc, who seems to be dressed in like a suit of some description. And the other one is a dwarf as well, sort of similarly dressed, a little bit more for practicality.
I'm so stealthy. Can I actually hear what they're saying?
Yeah, both of you can from here. They're talking about shipments, and they need to. I'll paraphrase so you're not like listening to me spouting for 20 minutes until you get bored. But from what you gather from your stealth checks and from being actually, no, you're not being stealthy. Before you hear anything, before I actually give you any information, you need to figure out like if they see you.
Oh.
Oh, weirdly enough, no, you're fine.
Cool. I just find a spot where I can hear the conversation and I just lie down.
Although you
and
don't
bunker
care,
in.
they also seem to like be involved in their own conversation that they don't notice you entering, or if they do, they don't seem to care.
Nice.
Between the
disguise
2
works.
groups of the 3 and the 6, they are discussing shipments. Actually, roll it. Both of you can roll an insight check.
That is an 8 plus 3. That's 11.
11. And party.
24 total. I
24.
rolled an 18 plus 6.
Amazing.
Oh,
What
very
insightful
nice.
Mastiff.
Yes.
Suddenly you seem to be like, they seem to be just, you're thinking like maybe you've stumbled on maybe it's the wrong warehouse, or they were just dumped here and these people are innocent. However, Piety, you can tell from a few minutes of listening to them, they're being like circuitous with their language. They're not being specific on the goods that they are transporting, so much so that listening to it for long enough, you realize that they're dancing around what they're transporting. Like they're purposefully not saying what the items are that they're transporting, so much so it becomes obvious in the conversation after you listen to it. They're saying they need more goods for export, and they've secured one of the pirate families to go north, which apparently, something you didn't know before, is a very treacherous trade route. Most fish people, tradespeople, transport, logistics, all the pirate families, for whatever reason, don't take the most direct northerly route across the coast. They go around in a big, like, D shape. But they've secured one of the pirate families. They're paying them apparently well enough to transport whatever they have north. But they need to increase the shipment.
Is there a lot of blood in the air?
Roll a perception check with advantage.
I'll take the 12 plus 6. 18.
18. There's a definite, like, irony, coppery smell in the air.
Like, I could tell it was tiefling blood that time. Am I getting, like, a heavy mix?
Yeah. Like, a whole myriad of, like, new and old.
Okay, cool.
Am I stealthy enough to look into one of the carts?
Roll a sleight of hand check. So, oh
True.
no, so you're just looking into it.
Yeah, just looking
that's fine.
inside a cart.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, you don't have to actually open up any crates or anything. You pull back like one of the canvas bits on one of the carts, and you see like crates and boxes like stuffed inside, and some barrels.
Can I just mentally scream into the void, assuming Son can see me?
I think you're within range.
But if you're
Are
looking
you
in the
within
cart at
range
that
of me?
point, and you did go off like a little bit further, I think you don't have line of contact. at this
Okay,
point.
I just mentally scream into the void. It's all good.
Yeah, and you get no response. But you know you're not like connected to him because you get no
Yeah.
response. You can either head back to try and find him or stay where you are.
Is there an office? What looks like an office around here?
No, this doesn't look like a place that people sit and work and do paperwork. There is a table close to the front doors that seems to have a ledger on it.
Ooh.
So that's pretty goods in, goods out. But there's
don't know
no
what's
like
best to
specific
do.
area for it.
Oh,
Because I don't think they're just going to talk to us straight away.
do you not?
I
Missed
think
that. Oh, let's talk to them because they're so friendly.
Can I stand up as Doggo and try and sneak round to that table?
For a second, I thought when you said stand up, you were going to go on to like just your back legs. As a dog. Like, that would be fucking weird.
Dance, doggy, dance.
Where would you like to go?
To that table with the ledger,
Okay.
like around the edge.
Okay. With and are you going to do it stealthily or you don't care?
I'm gonna
Just
try and do it stealthily, so like
All right.
slowly.
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me, please.
You got this.
Dex is the same as a dog, so.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a 22 from me, sir.
Wow,
Ooh.
incredible.
Good
Yeah,
rolling.
you managed to like
Good
quietly
dog.
paw your way over to the table, and you're there.
Mando does that all the time. It's like a freaking cat. I'm like,
Really?
Mando! I look down and there he is.
Can I look up over the book? Is it open, closed? Like
It's
have we got a
closed.
ledger?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm just gonna.
Okay. Carefully creep up, and you just like your big slobbery mastiff.
Can I see
Nice.
this
Close,
from my
guys.
position?
Roll a perception check. I've got to beat her stealth check to see it.
That is a
Oh, did you roll higher
14
than
plus
22?
1. That's 15.
You
No.
don't see it.
I don't know why I'm happy about that.
It's another fail.
Nobody has like magic dice that only roll 16 or higher.
Yeah, apart from
I mean, I might do.
And yeah, party, you have the ledger in your mouth. What would you like to do?
God, Jeremy the
Where
cockerel still
came-
going for it.
I know, right? Maybe I should like.
Yeah, he's like
True.
totally on it. Yeah.
Totally on the right.
I'm gonna sneak back and get back
you
to
have-
like Sal or the lioness if I can.
Yeah, you can reconvene with Sal and the lioness, who are like hiding, not kneeling down, looking quite tense.
I just stand there.
And he dropped that. I'm going to retrieve the book and just.
Okay.
You get all my
It is like
slobber on
white.
it.
thick slime.
Ah.
You know, like the goop, like the goop one.
Yeah, a big thick strands
The
of
issue
saliva.
I have with this lodger, they're not going to put what's actually in it, so I don't know how much help.
Well,
No,
I'm
but
just
there
going
might
to
be
try and
clientele details.
Oh,
we'll have a
okay.
quick flick through to see what it is. What it is exactly.
When you
If
open
we
up,
gain any information over it.
it looks to be like a custom ledger, so it has all the lines and deviations that you have within like a spreadsheet in a book. So it seems to be legit so far. It dates back several years, like 5, 10 years, and they have dates, goods in, goods out, and it defines the types of good, like types of. I would say like a large barrel, small barrel, large crate, small crate, and then like a number in brackets next to it, and then when it was received, and then when it shipped out, and then that's it. It's like there's nothing about like what's in them, just that they're crates and barrels, and then a number next to them, and then when
Okay,
they've
so
received them into this warehouse and then when they've gone out.
it's just basic information that you'd expect to see.
Like
in
record
any-
keeping, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in here that's going to give us any kind of indication of what they're actually doing. Or
As
Did
you
them- okay.
as you flick through, however, you do get a name for the pirate company that is in association with them. Once I find it, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think any of you know. None of you have come across any of the pirate families before, have you?
no.
Meow.
No.
Unless they entered the ring and I would have killed some of them.
No, they're not ones for coming onto land any more than they absolutely have to. Oh, that's not it.
I could have done a fight on a boat. Nah.
You're quite landlocked where you were.
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact
I'm
same
on a
thing.
boat. I'm on a motherfucking boat.
On a boat and going fast and got a nautical theme, Pashmina Afghan. Yes, so apparently the pirate theme, the pirate family that are working with them are the
Matey.
Black Tooth Grin.
Oh.
They all have a particular. Do we know? Yeah, we were told about the black tooth gorilla.
You know, like very surface level information. They are a pirate family that accept all of like the shunned individuals that don't fit anywhere else.
That's right. They make their own group.
Yeah,
up.
they're basically made up of everybody else that isn't good enough for the other pirate families.
Which is probably why they're taking this job on.
Yeah, and you see that there are like occasional payments of like quite substantial amounts of gold, like in the thousands of gold per year, which is a big sum of money. Like none of you are well versed in like trade, but you think that's a big expense to
Big
transport
business,
just
yeah.
goods
Goods.
somewhere.
No matter how many barrels there are on it. Okay. Okay, well, that's all that's going to tell us for now. So, what do we do, guys? Do we move out as if we were never here? Or
Well,
go and ask some more pointed questions?
if we walk up to them, they are just going to kill us.
Have you met me?
Well, it's certainly going to be a
We're
conflict.
just gonna kill them.
There's going
Have
to
you
be there's
heard
going
of
to be
me?
a conflict.
Yeah, we can try and extract some information out of them.
Well, if we narrow the field down, if we narrow it down to one person, I'm sure we can then extract
Yeah.
information. But if
It's
we
just
just
whether
walk
you
up-
want to go that way or whether we want to just watch them, because we can just watch them leave. They were having a meeting. We can just follow them back. The not the group of mercenaries.
As
I'm not
much
really
as I
worried
love
about
to
them.
hit things, I think you're right. I think we need to watch one of them leave and then follow
Well,
them.
let's watch the elf. We used to
You know, it'd be funny if you blew your horn while they're all grouped together.
I do like my horn, and I didn't play an instrument at the bar. Like I could play it for them.
is the horn the way
Not
to
to incite violence, but
I
There's
mean,
also people outside,
the
though. I
problem
mean,
with
you're
that,
not going to get.
everyone will hear.
yeah,
the
everyone
horn.
would come in. Yeah,
Yeah, within
Yeah.
300 feet.
Will they hear lightning? What's the weather outside?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It started raining.
Motion.
Oh no, it's raining. So I could hit them with my lightning javelin. Chicka, 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 chicka.
A lightning javelin would not make any noise.
Ah,
The only reason lightning makes noise is because of thunder, and it's not
ah.
thunder.
They are two different types of damage in D&D.
Yeah,
Well,
but people would hear the horn,
Mm.
but
Oh, people would hear
everyone's
the horn, like
inside.
specifically within 300
Yeah,
feet.
but I've got a javelin.
I
and
think
not
the
you.
intelligent play here, bearing in mind I'm not very intelligent, is.
Wait.
As a player, you are. It's not a character.
Yeah, you made a good point. As soon as anything incites in the warehouse, everyone outside will come in as well, and we'll be
Yeah,
outnumbered.
I think
That's what I'm
our
saying.
best option here is to
Wait and follow.
wait and follow. Go out, shut the door, hide that body, follow the elf out. Because she seemed to be the most important one.
Yep, let's do that.
We keep watching then till they leave.
So eventually, that is indeed what happens. The 6 individuals stay behind in the warehouse, and the half-orc opens the main door for the elf and the dwarf. They step outside and close it, and they wander off into the streets. It's simple enough for you to retrace your steps, go around the back, and see them down the alleyway, like walking across your peripheral vision, back towards where you came from, the cliffside or the beachway, the cliffside part. But they're going that direction, the direction that you came in the first place.
Brilliant. We've still got a great tracker.
You do still have your mastiff.
Yes.
You do. Distract them.
Well, no, surely the mastiff can track.
Yeah, just follow them.
Piety, can you track them? Off she goes.
Roll a survival check for me.
Come on.
Can I give her
I mean,
advantage?
I've still got +6.
Yeah, you can
Do I
give it
get
advantage. Yeah, the lioness is giving you advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh,
So 26.
Pretty much track those.
So the 4 of you, 1 mastiff, 1 pigeon, 3 humanoid,
My boy. My boy.
are following the individual back to what is like the border of the cliffside and the beachway, where like housing starts getting a little bit nicer, and you follow them up to a very narrow but still prominent place of business that has guardsmen on the outside, like employed by the city. And when you get closer, you can see on the outside there is a wanted bulletin board. This looks like to be a constabulary's office. And the woman and her 2 attachés walk inside.
Rough.
Okay, well, maybe.
Wait, I'm so
Excellent.
confused now. What's going on?
Well, maybe a couple of us should go in and just ask some questions on how do we file a missing person report or complain about pickpockets, and just see what's in there. We just need any pretense to go in there and ask
Sure.
to see someone.
So effectively what's happened is they've walked up to a police station and walked inside.
I'm going to go in.
Maybe they're undercover.
I'll
Let's go.
follow as well.
You try and go in, and as soon as the dog tries to enter, the 2 guards people on the outside just cross their halberds in front of you and try and shoo you away like a
Can I walk up to
Yeah.
the guards?
go. Sure, they're preoccupied. Like, one of them is preoccupied by trying to get the dog away, and the one then looks towards you.
Hi. I was speaking to
I'm
some
going to hang
guards
back with this.
yesterday. I was pickpocketed, and they asked me to come see them if I had any further details on the thief. I don't know if you heard about this at all yesterday, the ruckus.
Not specifically, but you can come in and make a report.
Yeah, can I come in, just make a report? Just obviously they wanted as much information about this thief as possible.
Sure, you can come inside.
Can I take my dog in? It's like my like it helps me relax because I'm a bit nervous after all of it, and the dog helps me relax and calm. And I'll
Roll
probably
a
give more details.
deception check.
Okay.
Can I be helping by looking cute?
Pussy Boots.
That is
Sure.
a 17, and I need to add my deception, which is a 4, so that's 21.
Good.
Yeah. You could roll again, but I mean it's fine. They'll allow you inside with your
emotional support dog.
exactly your emotional support attack dog.
I come in as well if they seem like that's fine.
Yeah. And Salison can go in as well.
Okay.
You walk inside. It looks like there is immediately an archway that leads and steps that goes downwards into a basement. Immediately in front of you, there is a large giant oak desk that's built into the sides of the walls with half bars that come down from the ceilings, and only about a sliver of about that much between the desk and the bars as they come down. And then on the left-hand side, there is another reinforced oak door that leads somewhere else that goes further into the building. Behind them, there is a surly-looking, auburn-haired dwarf behind there, head down, writing something, sketching something into a book.
Can we see the people we followed in?
No, they are no longer in your eye line. What
Does
you
the
can see is
little
a
dwarf
small-
writing stuff look busy?
Looks to be busy. Yeah.
Can I try and be sneaky to the other door?
Sure. Roll a stealth check with disadvantage. Because there's no way.
There's no way
for
to be
hide.
sneaky. Okay, yeah, no, I won't be sneaky. I'll just go there normally then.
Because
We'll
you're
have
in
to
a,
go
like
talk to the dwarf.
a 5 foot by 20 foot room, and then just the dwarf is behind like this gate. You going to talk to the dwarf?
I think we should all go talk to the dwarf. It's the only person in the room, so...
No, I'm going to remain outside. I'm just going to keep an eye on
Oh, you're going to remain outside.
I just want to listen to the door to see if I can hear the other voices.
More or less stealth check with disadvantage to get near the door.
Alright. 8. And then it's +4 or
12.
18. So 12.
So 12. As you try and approach the door, like the dwarf looks up and goes, "Hey, what are you doing? No, don't go anywhere near there."
Oh,
Go
what's
with
in
it.
there? I'm sorry.
It's only for registered people only. Only people are constabulary. Come over here.
Okay. Do I need to register?
You need to come to me to ask for what you need.
Sorry, my friend was pickpocketed.
Okay, let's make a report. I
No.
assume this is your friend.
Yes, this is what we're here to do.
Okay, so what happened?
I was pickpocketed.
Okay. Right. Great. I mean, this is going to be...
Convincing stuff.
In order to tell, this is going to be a grand old report.
Um,
Got any more details, like who
Going
did
to
it,
be
or where it was,
riveted.
what day of the day?
I'm going to start describing, like, the person
The
from
people
the other
that
day.
followed.
However, what I want to do is I want to just kind of hold the necklace just in view that we found the other day, just to see if he reacts to it. Like, just kind of casually just making sure he sees it.
Sees it. Roll an insight check.
That is 18. Plus... What's my insight? 3. 21.
Doesn't seem to have any like visible reaction to the necklace.
Cool. Trying to think what's the best way to kind of get in that room.
Can I sniff? Did they go that way?
The closed door, so not the basement that leads down, not the open archway, but the door that's closed that goes further into the building somewhere. Definitely, that's where the scent trail goes that way.
I just go and lie in front of the door so people know that it's this door they need.
Well, we're
So
still
you
mind
just
blinked
curl
as
up.
well.
True.
Oh yeah, I can see you now. They definitely went through this door.
Do you not want to describe that the people pickpocketed was one of the people that went through the door? See their reaction.
I don't think that'll work.
Okay.
No,
We
if
need
they're
to get-
officials.
We need to distract the dwarf.
Do they know me?
Oh god. Oh, let me find that. No, maybe not. The dice is not on your side. At least my dice is not on your side
Oh man.
tonight. They got a 7 + 1, 8. They haven't heard of you, I'm afraid.
You look like you've been working so hard. When was the last time you had some food?
Yeah, well, I guess it's about
You're
2
invited
hours
to
ago.
lunch.
Oh, it's lunchtime.
No, it's past
Oh.
lunchtime now. It's about 2 p.m.
Oh, I do love some dry bacon.
Mhm.
Would you like some?
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 13.
Yeah, I don't know a wee bit.
I just give her some rations and like Like
Oh.
the nice stuff.
Thank you, Cardi. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
what can
just
I get?
really, yeah, I hope that we can find this man. Has anyone come in recently?
No, I mean not matching this description. No. I have to file it, and then we'll give it to the guardsmen. And then if they see anybody matching that description, they'll bring them for questioning. We'll take their report, and if we find any like misappropriated funds on them, or anything that we find is stolen, or anything matching the description of things that you had, that you
Do
reported
you
stolen.
have a search room that we can look to see if any of the stuff has been handed in?
Well, no, we don't let anyone just go rifling through the things that we. Yeah, so you just go in there. Oh, yeah, that's mine. No, you tell us what
you
you've
would
lost.
not do that.
No,
Absolutely.
it's
So
policy,
why don't
though.
you tell them what you lost?
My dignity.
Wow.
Oh no, it's the family heirloom. You can't say what it is, can you? Don't. Oh, if only we could get into that search room.
Is there a handle on the door?
Yeah, there's a ring handle.
Can I whilst the lioness is busy talking?
You're intelligent enough that you could do that as a dog. Yeah.
But he's
Oh.
distracted, you know.
Roll a
Slobbery
Sleight
hand
of
check.
hand. Yeah.
Slight
Sleight of mouth.
paw, yeah.
Like a slobber check.
Yeah.
It greases up the handle and just slides open.
Okay. That's a 12 plus 2. 14.
Can I open a door
Hold
above
on.
everything?
That's close enough that I need to like consult the.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is there 14?
A 14 total, sir.
Okay, yeah, you very quietly open the door.
I'm just gonna go in.
Immediately, it's like a 10-foot by 10-foot room with a stone staircase leading up, and there's a little bit of storage down here as well. But mostly, it's just a hallway to go upstairs in.
Sweet. As a doggo, I'm gonna like start creeping up the stairs and being like, huh.
Stealth. So roll a stealth check.
Oh. That's a flat 10. 6 plus 4.
You get up to the top. It's an open plan like office area. So there's desks all around with guards people behind the desks writing, filing reports, that kind of stuff. And there are big wooden partitions on the north and the east face of the wall, divided up into offices made up with like glass and wood. You get enough of a overview of the place to see there's maybe about a dozen guards in here, and there are individuals in the office room. Roll a perception check for.
Come on, girl, you got this.
Okay, I got advantage on this shit because I'm a dog.
Oh, it's for sight.
Yeah,
rather than
keen sight and smell.
Oh, keen sight. Good.
I got both. That's
good.
I apologize. It's not sight, it's hearing. So
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was hearing and smell.
Re-roll completely because then I don't favoritism. Okay, sweet. Okay, 12 plus 6.
18. So yeah, you see the three people that you saw in the warehouse in the eastmost office, so the one farthest away from you, and they are. The woman is sitting behind a desk, talking to the half-orc and the dwarf that are in the room with the door closed.
Is there like a name plaque or anything?
No, it's not quite. Yeah, not quite 50s noir yet. Where they've got their name emblazoned on the glass of their door.
Welcome.
Give it that.
And that's all you
But
get.
she's got really good hearing. She can hear.
Before,
what we call,
that's all
like,
she gets before, like the closest guardsman
shoes
at
on.
their desk jumps up and sees you and grabs you by like,
Can
not
I
like
immediately
aggressively.
go on the floor, like really heavy, and be like, rub my belly?
And they very
Charm.
awkwardly like try and pick you up.
Like,
See.
rub my belly. I do that thing where dogs paw you because they want
Yeah.
attention.
You're doing that on their face as they
Just like,
bodyguard you down the steps.
All right.
Yeah, like you're Whitney Houston in Kevin Costner's arms, and they carry you down the steps. And
I don't wanna.
you just like pour on the face.
I
Like
lick him.
in his mouth.
Roll all over him.
I get
Um,
slobber all over his face and I'll lick him.
Yeah, he's not having the best of times, but he carries you downstairs and then deposits you,
Lick.
and then closes the door, and then gives like a bit of a shit stare at the dwarf, who shrugs and goes. And by this point, you've like filed your report, given what any kind of like false information you wish to give the dwarf guards person. Where would you like to go from here?
Right, I think we should go now.
Yeah, we'll head out.
We need to wait for them to move again.
Okay. So you retreat back into the street. It's still like 2-3 p.m. There's a light sort of spring shower. It's maybe about 15-16 degrees Celsius out here.
I'll meet back up with them.
Yeah.
So I take it that you didn't find out anything.
We know where they are, but it's too fortified, too many guards, and the guards haven't done anything to even consider.
Well, obviously they've got.
They work here.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously,
they're dodgy. That's why the reports didn't come in, because they
Either dodgy
part of the
cops or
report.
undercover cops. We don't know.
You have too much faith.
Yeah, they're
I'll
dodgy.
go with the fact that they're corrupt or they are.
Of course, that's why the files didn't get corrupt.
They are embedded here deliberately. Is there any way we can sit around? Is there any way we can get something to eat? Is there any way we can eat around here that we can watch?
Yeah, you can get some street meat if you want to and sit down on the bench.
Let's just hang around and wait.
For the good price of 6 silver, all 4 of you can get some street meat and sit down on the bench.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm going to keep chucking the meat up in the air so Piety can catch it dog style. Like,
I'm just gonna sit. No. I'm gonna sit there, and as you throw it, it's just gonna fall on my face and go on the floor. I just sit there carrying on like.
6 out of 10 times a seagull catches it before.
Did you have to roll for that?
I did roll for that, yeah. I lived in Brighton. I know what seagulls are like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll take anything.
Did you not ever put chili sauce on the chips and throw them up in the air?
I did not do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill a seagull.
And then
You just see
seagulls are
seagulls
like,
falling out of the sky one by one around tin.
Hey!
Yeah, but they don't usually wake me up like routinely at like 4:30 to 5:30 in the morning.
Anyway, right, so we are waiting whilst throwing bits of meat.
How
up
long
at
would you
the
like
chips.
to wait for?
Until they go out?
Okay, so you're going to be a proper stakeout.
Yeah,
Right.
we need to have a bit more of a, it's a proper stakeout, but we kind of need to be a bit less obvious about just sitting around. We need to be.
You got a dirty mind again.
No. I was just like, depending how long we wait, Piety loses her wild shape, so Son's just throwing meat at Piety.
At some point, like you change back into party and you just get some street meat on
Son
your
just
face.
throws it like.
Yeah, like just some pastrami over one eye.
Sorry.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
we'll
you're
just-
now power
Don't
taking.
like sausage.
So we are now waiting until hopefully they come out.
Yeah, so it afternoon turns to evening, turns to late night. Maybe about 6:37 p.m. you estimate. Just when it's getting dusk. Most of the guards people have changed during that period, and eventually the 3 individuals that you were tracking exit the guards or the constabulary and walk towards the cliffside, like back towards where the Dandy Sage Tavern was, where the original tavern where you met Professor Henris Dropmeyer was, the affluent area. They walk that direction.
And they're still walking together.
For the time being, at least, they're on the beachway cusp of cliffside.
Right, I think we should split up into 2 pairs of 2s and follow them as 2 couples rather than one group of 4, which is going to look a bit intimidating.
Cool. I'll go with Piety.
Okay.
I loop Lioness. Let's go.
Let's go!
I suppose that's me and you then, Sal.
Yeah. We just want to be looking like we're strolling, kicking, a few
Are we linking
the
arms?
dirt area. I don't think we need to link arms, but I think we just need to maybe stagger,
Yeah.
sway a little bit as if we've had an afternoon drink or an evening drink.
So doing some day drinking.
Yeah. We do not want to be looking like we're carrying lots of weapons like we are.
Okay.
Two groups.
So roll a. Both roll perception checks. So Sun and Sal, between the two of you, one of you roll
You roll.
a deception check with advantage, and the same for the lioness and piety. One of
First
you roll
one is a
deception check with
14.
advantage.
What do you want to do, Pat? Do you want to roll?
The second
Oh,
one
you
is
get
21.
advantage anyway.
I do.
21.
Ooh, I have an idea. Guidance.
Okay, plus a d4.
Oh,
So you get advantage plus a d4.
that's nice. Oh, my first roll's a natural 20.
Yeah, those dice are a keeper.
Roll a d4. Roll a d4.
Roll a d4 anyway.
Oh,
Nick, tonight,
20
hide the dice.
plus
23.
2.
25.
25.
Yeah, so between the two of you, you managed to keep yourselves looking like you aren't trying to follow those individuals. And you kind of wend your way back towards the cliffside. The dwarf and the half-orc actually leave the company of the elf at one point. Would you like to follow the half-orc and the dwarf, or the elf?
Elf.
We want they're the one with the power. However, there are two groups of us, so we could split up. However, I'm not a big fan of.
The elf seems like the one that's kind of calling the shots because they were in the pub just sitting there having a drink and letting everyone else do the stuff, and the elf was doing the majority of the talking in the warehouse, which to me screams I'm the one in charge.
And she was one behind.
Do we want to talk to the one in charge though, or do we want to? Because they'll be missed if we talk to them too hard. However, the others might not be.
I think we go speak to the elf.
I think we split. We're in twos already as is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with the orc and the dwarf.
But he wants
Sure.
to talk to the elf, so surely you two
All right.
should go for the elf.
We'll go with the elf then.
So it's Piety and the lioness on the half-orc and dwarf.
Yep.
And then it's Sal and Sun going for the elf.
Yes. Well, we'll follow them.
Yeah. So as you do, you follow the elf towards the cliffside proper, and eventually they will go into a domicile that's built into the side of the cliff, so the more affluent area. As they get closer towards where they live, the population thins out. There's less people on the street, especially as this time of night. She does nod to and say hello and a good evening to various other people that are still out the night. There's a few people walking their dogs, just people out for a stroll, that kind of stuff, just neighborhood things. Everyone seems to be rather respectful of her, and she to them, until she exits into a sort of a gated garden that's like a rockery garden, and that has a stone pathway that leads up to her house where she lives, that's carved into the side of the white stone of the cliffs. Meanwhile, Lioness and Piety, you are following the half-orc and dwarf, who then in turn also split at some point.
Oh.
A few minutes down the
Before they
road.
split, if we get to a slightly quieter, surrounding atmospheres, I'm just going to charm person. The orc first.
Okay. All right.
Wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw,
saving
please.
throw.
Ooh.
They pass. Do they know that you've cast it?
They'll
it's
know they'll have been
friends?
casted on. Yeah. I think that is. I think it is.
Because I know friends, as soon as they cast, they know that it's been cast on. Whether or not it fails, whether or not it happens, but
To be fair, you attempt to fuck, I lost it. Rude. You attempt to channel a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed. Blah blah blah. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly encounter. When the spell ends, it knows if it's charmed. It doesn't know if it's been cast or not.
Yeah, with that one, I say because it's got that qualifier of when the spell ends, the creature knows it's charmed by you.
Yeah, I feel like it would
I would
know.
quantify that. Like those spells like that, I feel because it's pervasive in their mind. Like they know that there's
I feel
something
like
is
they would
trying to
know.
affect
Yeah.
their cognitive ability. So he will spin round, grab the dwarf on the shoulder, and start looking around for you.
I'm looped onto the lioness, and I'm like,
Yeah.
stroking
Did also
her
specify
hair.
that you're doing it in a place that there was not a lot of people around. So there's not a
I'm
huge
being
amount of
overly
targets for them.
lovey-dovey with the lioness.
Roll a deception check, and they are both going to do an insight check. Well, the half-orc's not particularly insightful. Let's see if the dwarf does better.
Trying to think if I can help you. Can I
What do you
help?
get? What do you get? Well, you can give her advantage if you
Yeah, I
want to.
give her
like-
advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Sweet.
Because I'm
that's
like,
a
hey,
three.
girl. Oh, you're going to buy me a drink. Do you know who I am?
Oh, we'll take the 16, thanks.
The orc got a 5, but the dwarf got a
That would have
20
beaten my 3.
the dwarf got a 22.
Oh,
So immediately, like the dwarf turns around in time to see you on the tail end of your casting, and then when you're trying to be less obvious, and but they can see like you're keeping one eye on them to making sure that them. He taps the orc and casts something on the orc, and the orc doubles in size.
Do they look like
Ah.
aggressive, like they're going to come for us?
well, one of them just doubled in size. What do you
Yeah,
think?
the half orc that was about 7 foot tall anyway
I,
is now
I go,
14 feet tall.
is that a challenge, sir? And I cast enlarge on the lioness.
And I think we'll end the stream right there.
Oh, no.
As two enlarged creatures, one 14, one 13 feet tall, attempts to engage in combat. Yeah, I think it's a good point too. Stop. So I'd like to thank everyone that's been live with us on twitch.tv/Chaotic Questers. We're live 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Every Wednesday BST, British Standard Time. So thanks everyone in the chat that's been there, everyone that's subscribed and just been there, and all the raiders we had tonight is great. Say hello to everybody on YouTube, on the VODs as well. If you'd like to catch us, you can catch up with all of our videos. They'll all be stored on there, so if you want to go back and rewatch them, whatever. You can also catch us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're all over the internet at this point. I'd like to thank big thank you to the players as well for this evening. It's been good to. Every week is always a lot of fun. I never know where you guys are going to take it. So
Well, there was an awful lot of cock this weekend, which we was this week. So
there was a good chunk of this
yeah,
session that was very cockerel focused.
Well,
She
God,
went
you
there.
guys.
Indeed. So anyone that wants to do any shout outs before the end of the stream?
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
I
thank our
just-
sponsors as well, and
Yep.
people who made the maps from.
Thank you, Streamplify. So thank you, Dungeon Draft. Thank you, Sirenscape, for the music. Thank you, Forgotten Adventures, for the tokens as well this evening. All of that's been used to a greater or lesser degree, and it's just enhanced, I think, personally, the enjoyment that I've had, and hopefully the players have had, and you guys watching as well.
Yeah, I just want to say that community is such a big thing for us, and we like the reason we stream is for you guys. So we do want to work. We do lots of work behind the scenes, but we are working on the Discord because I know there's lots of people that say, "Oh, I don't have friends that play, and I want to get into it." So we will work on the Discord so you guys can start interacting with each other more, make these streams more enjoyable for you. And as soon as that's up, we will let you guys know so you can join it, post memes. Make friends, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it'd be great to have like a centralized resource there for anyone that's watching the stream. If you don't have anyone locally to you, that you just want to like connect with on Roll20 on Discord. Like set up an own group of yourselves if you want to. Like maybe you can find like looking for players basically on there. Make it as a resource. Also, like going forward, we want to try and get a wiki site up and running. Just trying to find the best one to do that to publish some of the Risen Mob details there, so you get a little bit of backstory on the world, and you can follow through with all the NPCs, and also it'll be open to contributors as well. So any of you guys that are watching that want to contribute as well. And other than that, I think we have to go to Piety to for the kill count. I know it was
Today's kill count.
After today's session, we have the DM on 5. We have Salison on 12. Piety is on 24. Son Ike is on 27. And the Lioness rounds it off on a nice 30.
I'm on 27, am I? I was down as
Broken
26.
3-0.
I'll
Right.
take it.
What? No. Are we
You're on
sure?
27.
Can we do a triple check of that, please?
It's apparently very important.
You're right, it's 26. I've added an
Oh,
extra
it's
one on
26.
yours.
I don't know why you're laughing. I could have just kept quiet and took the extra one, but I'm honest.
You're being good. You're a good
You're
player.
a
Yeah.
good egg. You're a good egg.
Just wait till next week. Don't
I mean, you
worry.
had to increase
I
your
have
I
plans.
have to do it.
Either
I got
slaughtering an
go.
old man whilst reading when he was reading
Who
a
was
book.
married? Who probably had kids? I know.
Who didn't need to die. Just so you could get that one.
Yeah.
No.
He did have an odd triangular necklace that scarred his chest.
Yeah.
I know. I have it.
But we didn't know that until after.
We've got
we
2 of
killed
those
him.
now.
No, it's true. Yeah, you didn't know that until after.
We
Great
felt
fun,
better
guys.
about
Look
it
forward to joining
afterwards.
again soon. Cheers, John. No, literally, we love it every Wednesday.
Yeah, come join us.
Fun.
Yeah, we'll be back
We
next
love it
Wednesday.
everywhere. We will. Where you
When
will
I
see
can fight something.
two
Yeah.
enlarged beings
I'm
battle it
excited
out.
for that.
I know. I'm gonna shift as well, so I'm like extra scary.
Awesome.
Rawr.
So with
I'm
that,
gonna
we'll
take
see you next Wednesday. Same Dig time, same Dig channel. Thank you so much for
Bye-bye.
watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Take
you
care,
very
everyone.
much.
Bye.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.